So he is aggressive.
Yes, ma'am. He has a history of it. He was cocking his fist, looking, like he was going to jump on me.
No.
At which point he described vividly how his dogs would tear someone limb for limb.
Now I would like you to tell me what I can believe. Do you understand?
Right.
Listen to me. I know everything.
This is Judy Justice. Kathy Berg Jones and Brian Jones are suing their neighbor, Jason Hart, for damages to their Jeep, harassment, and filing a false restraining order.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Case 3159, Burge Jones versus Hart.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You've been living in your home for a long time.
Yes.
Yes.
It was your father's,
Yes, ma'am.
but you've been occupying it with your wife now for the last 11 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you own the home?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it left to you by your father?
Yes, ma'am.
Describe the property for me, please. Is this a picture of the property?
Yes.
Okay, so it
Yes,
looks as if it's country.
Yes.
Property.
We live at the end of a dead-end road.
How many acres do you have?
About a half acre.
And the defendant's home is relatively close to yours.
Yes.
You have a contiguous property line at some point. You want to go show me where the property line is?
Yes, ma'am. Let's see. The property line goes right down through here somewhere, right through the middle between the two houses.
Okay, and show me where your yard is.
That would be this right here. And it goes back down this way and
Well,
over.
that's a lot of trees. Where is
Yeah.
the backyard of your house?
Right here. This here's the backyard. This here's the front yard. This here's my driveway.
Show me where you keep your dogs.
Right in this area right here.
In the backyard.
Okay, and it's fenced in?
It's fenced in.
Okay. And how many dogs do you have?
4.
And they're big dogs.
The 2 of them are, yes.
Well, tell me
The
what
other
they
2
are.
are smaller.
What are they?
They are Boxer and Shepherd, King Shepherd mix.
How long have you had them?
Let's see, how long have I had them?
8 years.
8 years, I guess.
Are they outside and inside dogs or just outside?
Inside and out.
And when do you leave them outside?
Just whenever they got to use the restroom. I don't leave them out all day long or nothing. They go outside and use the bathroom and they come back in.
Okay. You can come back now. Mr. Hart.
Yes, ma'am.
You've been living in your home for how long?
Since October 6th, 2023.
Is it a home that you purchased?
Yes, ma'am.
And how many acres is your home?
Well, including the front part that is at the end of the road, it comes to about an acre.
Who did you purchase the house from?
I did it through the probate courts.
Explain that to me.
So it's a process where if someone could possibly not make their bills and they have passed, the court system for Jefferson County would purchase the property and put it up through probate to cover the
auction.
costs. Yes, ma'am.
How much did you pay for your house?
I paid $12,000.
And describe the house for me.
It's an old farmhouse that was framed in 2x16 lumber.
How big is it?
It is in totality probably about 2,000 square feet.
Bedrooms, bathrooms?
Currently, it is framed in for 3-bed, 2-bath.
Is it finished?
No, ma'am.
So you bought the property in the house unfinished, just framed?
Well, actually, it had an old 1970s trailer that had been butted up to it. And the roof that you're seeing there is what would be basically like a pole barn that had built over the structure to keep the rain off of the old trailer. And I have come in now and I have started removing that trailer to make it all a house.
You have experience in construction?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you live there full time?
Yes, ma'am.
So the house part is finished enough for you to live in it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is what it's about. I assume, Mr. Jones, that you knew the prior neighbor who lived in the trailer.
Yes, ma'am.
How long was the property vacant next door?
Probably close to a year, I guess.
Did you know that the property was being put up for
Yes, ma'am.
auction? How did you find out?
The realtor came by and was saying that it was going to go up for sale.
Did you want to buy it?
Yes, ma'am.
And what happened?
Well, I couldn't come up with the money to get the loan, so I had to pass on it, but I bought the property on the other side of me,
For how much?
$20,000.
And how big a property is that?
That is probably about 3/4 of an acre.
Smaller than
And smaller than that.
than
yeah.
Mr. Hart's?
Yes.
And you paid
$20,000.
substantially more for it?
Yes.
What did you need more property for?
I just I wanted to buy both houses on both sides. I mean, just so I didn't have no neighbors is what I was trying to do. Mm-hmm. So I can make one big backyard and fence it all in so my dogs had plenty of room to run. So there's what I'm doing with the property on the other side of me is I'm going to fence the whole yard in so that they can run back there and behind both houses.
Okay, now that we have a little bit of background so that I understand the background. So you wanted to buy the property that the defendant ultimately bought, but you couldn't come up with the money to buy that property.
Right.
But came up with almost double that amount to buy the property on the other side.
I'm sorry.
Wait,
It was financed through the owner. It was owner financed. And he sold it to me without no money down or nothing.
yeah, we're paying monthly on it. We're paying a
monthly.
payment every month on it.
Okay, it is your claim, each of you claim that the other is guilty of harassing the other party
Yes, ma'am.
over a period of time. Mr. Hart's complaint with regard to the harassment, I believe, is primarily owing to the dog barking.
Well, just noise.
Dogs,
Yes.
noise complaints, noise, music, and the dogs barking.
Mowing lawnmowers at night, running power tools from 9 to 12 a.m., sometimes 4 a.m.
Okay, noise, primarily noise.
No.
No.
Kathy Berg Jones and Brian Jones claimed their neighbor, Jason Hart, owes for Jeep damages caused by his turkey, as well as filing a false restraining order. Jason is countersuing for harassment.
Okay, you have several complaints. And let's take the easy ones first.
Okay.
You claim that Mr. Hart's animal, a turkey, damaged your car by flying on it.
Well, climbing on it, pecking it, scratching it, yes. I have video of it.
Just a second. When did that happen?
It happened on December 8th. I noticed it when I was at the grocery store. And
I didn't ask you anything. I asked you when did it happen. That
Okay.
was December 8th of 2023.
Correct.
Do you keep turkeys, Mr. Hart?
I had one turkey, yes, ma'am.
Okay. How long have you had that turkey?
I hatched that turkey from an egg last spring, which was probably in May of 2023.
You did that yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
I've tried to do that with duck hatchlings unsuccessfully. I had a whole room with heaters and lamps and whatever. I am such a bad hatcher. So I'm going to digress for 1 second. Just indulge me. I want to know how you hatched it.
So I had a group of heritage breed turkeys at the other house that I was working on. And those turkeys had done very successful, laid me over 100 eggs. And we were able to incubate them because turkeys are inherent.
How many were you?
I was able to hatch 6.
What kind of mechanism did you use?
It's an automatic. It's something almost out of Jurassic Park. Honestly, it's a little conveyor belt. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and it turns the. I used the same thing. Nothing happened with mine. I got scrambled eggs.
The one that I have bought is extremely good, and it wasn't very expensive, honestly.
And it takes how many days? I forgot.
For a turkey, about 27.
Okay, so you've had this turkey for.
At that point,
in December.
8 months or so.
Okay. You've been living on property for 11 years more than that. Are there wild turkeys in this area?
Yes, ma'am.
But they're brown.
Just a second. But there are wild turkeys. Their color is brown.
Yes, ma'am.
I actually know that because we have wild turkeys on property in Connecticut. Well, we used to have a family until somebody, I think, took them around November. What color is your pet turkey?
So it is a royal palm, so it is black and white.
And they fly.
They can fly. I clip one wing so that they have a harder time doing so.
But they can fly.
Yes, they can.
Okay. And the turkey that was on your car, and you said you had a video of that
Yes.
for me to see, it caused damage to your car.
Oh, yes. Significant.
And Mr. Hart, you would acknowledge that if your turkey caused damage to their car, you would be responsible.
Yes, ma'am, if they can prove that the
Okay.
damage was from my turkey.
Okay, so would you go over, one of you go over, show me your house,
Okay. This is our house right here.
okay, and which is your car?
That's my car right there, my Jeep Renegade.
Okay, would you play the video for me, please? Well, that's clearly a black and white turkey. That would be yours, not a wild turkey.
I don't see a name tag on the turkey.
On top of it right there. Where those big scratches came in.
Certainly a curious looking thing. Was this taken from a Ring camera or something else, or a stationary camera?
Oh, yeah, we have cameras on the house.
Okay,
Security.
That's it for the video.
that's it? Okay.
Please stop.
So you saw the turkey on top of the
Yes, ma'am.
car. Okay. Can I see photographs of the car, please?
They start right here, and then you go back. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so your car was scratched in several areas.
Yeah, some of them are buffable, and some of them are deep gouges, and some of them
It
are
was
peck
scratched.
marks. And
It was
yeah.
scratched. What year car is this?
2018.
Do you have an estimate for the repair?
Yes, I have.
May I see it, please?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have more than one, I'll look at more than one.
I don't have an estimate. I was never given one.
Yes, he was.
Do you have insurance on this car?
Yes, ma'am. Full coverage.
Okay, and how much is the insurance covering? What's your deductible?
1,000.
Did you have the car fixed?
No, I haven't had it fixed yet. I took him the estimates on February 7th, and that was when he started giving me.
Okay, but you notified your insurance company, I assume.
No, I didn't tell them yet.
Well, you should. This happened in December because this was not an intentional act on Mr. Hart's part.
Correct. I was going to pay for it myself instead of turning it into the insurance because I was going to get it painted and fixed myself.
Well, because your estimate is for $2,600, which may be reasonable or not, considering it's a relatively new car. But I assume you have a note on the car and full coverage.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So your deductible is $1,000, and that's what he would be responsible for, not the $2,600, $1,000. Correct? Of course. It'd be different if he walked over to the car and slashed
Yes,
it
ma'am.
with something else, you know, with a utensil, and did something purposefully to the car or even negligently to the car. But he didn't. This was an act that was done by a pet that should have been in his control. So between the two of you, he's responsible, but he's not responsible if you have insurance and if your deductible, you said, is $1,000.
The reason I was going to pay for it, though, was because with you don't turn it in, even if it's not, you know, whatever, it's going to count against me and my insurance, and it's going to make my
Well,
rates go
that's-
up more.
Well, that's
and,
too
yeah,
bad.
I'd rather.
Well, that's too bad. He's not paying the rest. I suggest you have insurance. I suggest that you use it.
Right.
Unless you've used your insurance previously a lot. But if you
No.
haven't, they're not going to increase your rates. Not on this kind of thing. The car was stationary, and it was an act of vandalism by a wild turkey. They can't blame you for that.
Kathy Berg Jones and Brian Jones have accused their neighbor, Jason Hart, of owing for Jeep damages caused by his turkey. Jason is countersuing, claiming Kathy and Brian are harassing him.
Okay, now, the next part of your case has to do with you.
Yes.
And it
Both
has
of
to
us,
do
actually.
with a restraining order that was filed against you by the defendant that you said was a false restraining order that caused you some difficulty. So I'm going to start with you.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
filed a restraining order against Mr. Jones?
Yes, ma'am, on September 13th, 2023.
Tell me the circumstances surrounding that.
On September 9th, I had made a call to 911, which I have the call log for and the video or the audio recording of. Kathy had told me that a tree had fallen on her after screaming, "Hey, hey, hey," repeated at me to get my attention because they didn't know my name. At which point I turned around and I said that was very rude, and I was probably pretty harsh with it because I don't like being screamed at. And then once I realized that she was possibly hurt, I asked her, should I call 911? Which she answered to yes, no, no, no. But I took her first inclination, called 911 right away. They came out to render services, and I honestly think I saved her life.
Was the tree on her?
There was no tree. She had started a gasoline fire that we had found out later in a court during that ex parte, that she had set the fire with gasoline and it had blown up on her leg.
No.
Shh, just a second. So he's going to tell his story. So you called 911
Yes, ma'am.
and they came out.
Yes, ma'am.
And then what happened?
Well, she had, I guess it was her sister or someone, take her to the hospital instead of the ambulance. And at that point, she came back. I think she had gotten some stitches in her leg. And she immediately walked over to my property and started kind of getting at me for, hey, what in the world was
This
that
was
all
on September?
Untrue.
the same day?
Would you do me a favor?
Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry.
Don't try. You can't say I'm sorry again.
Okay.
Go ahead. This was on September.
This was the same day, just
9th.
a couple hours after the
9th.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. After she was released from the hospital, she came back where you were. Were you working outside or were you inside?
I have pictures of it, but I was working on the house. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And tell me what happened.
She came up and was very upset with me for having called 911.
Tell me what she said. Upset is a conclusion. Tell me what she said.
What in the hell was that all about? You know, getting pretty aggressive with me. At which point I returned with, I'm sick of you guys. You got to shut your damn dogs up. It's been a constant problem ever since I stepped foot on this property, and it needs to
Okay,
stop.
so the problem existed well before
Yes, ma'am.
this fire mishap. It's happened because, and I read in your papers, that these 4 dogs are out most of the time and barking.
Absolutely. Kathy is home every single day, and they're kind of out as they please. They sometimes leave the back door open to just come and go.
Okay, and have you registered complaints to them about it?
To them, yes, absolutely. That was how the reason that Brian brought the machete over to my house.
Just a minute. When for the first time did you register a complaint about it? To them?
To them. So the next day, Brian.
No, before that. You've been there for a while, and the dogs were bothering you. I'm just trying to find out whether when it first started, you either called or approached the plaintiffs and said, listen, your dog's incessant barking is really irritating.
I honestly can't remember. I just know that in the 2 months leading up to this, that I had not been able to get them to stop with the dogs.
Okay. So then when you called 911, plaintiff refused to go by ambulance. She did go to the hospital. She came back. She came to you and said to you, what the hell was that all about? And you said to her, stop your dogs from barking.
Yes, and probably exchanged some colorful language.
Okay. And what happened next?
I told her to get off my property and not to come back.
And?
And the next day, Brian calls me over to the property line in between our houses.
So Mr. Jones came out, called you over. You were working outside. I assume he was outside. Called you over to the property line and?
And he got very aggressive with me.
Well, that's a conclusion. Tell me what he did.
But he was cocking his fist, looking, like he was going to jump on me, telling me that you better be glad that I'm on this side of the property line and not your side of the property line, and that's why I'm over here. And you're starting to really me off. At which point he described vividly how his dogs would tear someone limb for limb if they ever got into their backyard. That he can't walk his dogs because of how he's afraid of what they would do around other people. And that's also in the court documents from the ex parte that he was sworn under testimony and testified to.
That he did?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see it.
I don't have that with me.
Well, then it doesn't exist.
Okay. I understand.
Good. Okay. So he is aggressive.
Yes, ma'am. He has a history of it. I have that here as well.
With you. I'm talking about with you.
At that moment, that was the first time that he
That was
gotten
the
to
first
point.
interaction.
Yes, ma'am.
With you. Was it based on that interaction that you filed for a protective order?
No, ma'am.
What happened next?
I'm on my property, and Brian told me that he was working on his new house, and he was working with his machete, and he saw that I was doing something. He came over to help. But at no time had he ever been on my property to help me with anything. And he showed up with his knife, kind of playing with it menacingly in his hands, asking me, hey, you want me to help you lift that wall? But the last interaction we had just had was the most aggressive thing that I've honestly dealt with in my entire life.
Okay. So it was based on that you filed for
Yes,
protective
ma'am,
order.
because I went to the police station.
Now I would like you to tell me, Mr. Jones, what I can believe. Do you understand? Is it correct that, pay careful attention to my questions, is it correct that your wife accidentally started a fire?
No, ma'am.
Was there a fire?
Yes, ma'am.
Then she started it on purpose.
Yes, ma'am.
What was the purpose of it?
To burn up the brush that I'd cut down prior to her starting the fire.
Was she injured?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It was not a street.
Just a second. Was she injured?
Yes,
This
ma'am.
all happened on September 9th.
No.
When did it happen?
Like the 7th?
Was the
September
7th?
7th?
Okay. And you have hospital records to show me that it was the 7th?
Yes.
Okay. And when the fire caught onto your leg, Miss Jones, where did it catch on to you?
I never caught on fire.
Were you medically treated?
For not being on fire.
Were you medically treated
Yes.
on September 7th?
Yes, ma'am, I was for.
Okay. What were you
stick
treated?
one in my leg.
Shh.
Okay.
You were medically treated on September 7th.
Yes.
For what?
For being stabbed in the leg by a branch from one of the bushes that he was cutting down.
Okay. So
It was
you
like a spear.
Shh.
You want to answer or not?
You had some stitches?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Did the defendant call 911? Shh, listen to me. Mm-hmm. I know everything.
We were in an actual relationship for 5 years.
He took the dog, and you want the dog back.
Yes.
His anxieties were surrounded by her grandson because of the fact that he would beat him. He sprayed hairspray in the dog's eyes.
You don't make that up.
I don't think he over-disciplined.
This is not a tea party, madam. This is when you have to listen.
This is Judy Justice. Deborah Borelli is suing her ex-boyfriend, Osmond Brown, for harassment, personal property, and her dog, Luca.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Hello, Judge.
Hello, Ken.
Case number 3086, Barrio versus Brown.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Miss Borelli, you and Mr. Brown, according to you, had a friend's relationship for about 10 years.
Well, we were friends for the past about 5. We were in an actual relationship for 5 years.
Which 5 years?
The first 5, from 13 to 18.
And you lived together, and according to you, in 2018, something happened, that relationship changed. However, according to Mr. Brown, he continued to reside with you.
Yes, he lived on the couch.
Well, whatever. He continued to reside.
Yeah.
You continued to reside together.
We stayed very good friends, yes.
Very good friends. You stayed together for
Right.
10 years.
Yes.
And then an incident occurred, you separated, and now each of you have a claim that the other has property that belongs to them. That's long and short of this case. One of the items, Mr. Brown, I see that absolutely adorable dog. Will the dog be just as happy on the ground?
I don't know. I will try.
Okay. One of the things at issue is that adorable little dog. So it is your claim that the dog belongs to you, that when you and Mr. Brown separated, it was an acrimonious separation, and that you were forced to sign a document that gave him the dog, he took the dog, and you want the dog back. You also want back from him something called an oculus. Sarah, could you pull up what that looks like for me?
This is what it looks like.
Okay. An oculus is something that you put over your eyes and it takes you into another world.
Yes.
Is that what happens?
It belongs to my grandson,
Virtual
yes.
reality.
It's just
Well, hold on, what?
Virtual reality, they call it.
Do you use it?
No.
Do young people, kids use it? Is that what it's used
I think
for,
they're
Sarah?
popular. Pretty popular.
Popular?
Yeah.
Do your other grandparents use it?
I don't think they'd be able to figure it out.
No. I know these grandparents don't use it. Do you have an oculus?
My son has an Oculus.
And how old is he?
12.
12. Kevin, do you have an oculus?
No, ma'am.
No. Out in the audience there, raise your hands if you own an Oculus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that some people who are adults, not old adults, but adults, do have these toys. You don't use it.
No, ma'am.
Okay. And it is your claim that in addition to the dog, Mr. Brown took the Oculus that belonged to your grandson.
Right.
Mr. Brown said he was given the Oculus because your grandson broke his tablet. And you want a little money for some traveling that she did that she promised to pay you back for. Is that right?
We
Is that right?
Yes.
You want some money for traveling?
Yes.
Okay. So let's deal with the dog first, since that to me is the most important issue. By the way, Miss Burrell, where's your grandson?
back in Buffalo.
Who is this?
His mother and my daughter.
She doesn't live with you,
No,
but the grandson lives with you.
he did. He stayed.
He did?
He stayed
When
with
you were
me.
together?
He goes back and forth.
And how old is he?
16.
Okay. Because one of the things Mr. Brown says is that the 16-year-old isn't very good with the dog.
Well, the dog, he is a chewer. He's chewed up a lot of my grandson's things.
Luca has chewed up your grandson's things.
Several of his headphones and earbuds, and he's chewed up our shoelaces. And so he tries to discipline the dog, and I don't really discipline dogs.
So you wouldn't necessarily, as a dog owner, discipline your dog the same way as your grandson has disciplined the dog. Did he ever hit him?
I don't think he's hit him hard. I mean, I think he may have tapped him on the butt a couple times, maybe done his nose a couple times. I don't know. He was very frustrated that he was constantly chewing his stuff.
Okay. How old is this dog?
He will be 2 in April.
When you got him, you and Mr. Brown were living together.
Yes.
I must tell you, Miss Burrell, the dog looks very happy with Mr. Brown.
He was very happy with me, too.
May have been. I'm sure he wasn't happy when your grandson was disciplining him different from the way most normal people and adults would discipline a dog. Because Mr. Brown is certainly going to tell me about other instances of discipline that he observed that your grandson inflicted on the dog.
I'm not aware of any
Okay, but
other
you were aware
instances.
enough, Miss Burrell, to tell me that in your home, the dog was disciplined in a way that you would never discipline a puppy, because a dog that's not quite 2 is still a young dog. Some chew things and some don't. All right.
Deborah Borelli claims her ex-boyfriend, Osmond Brown, owes for harassment, an Oculus headset, and the return of her dog, Luca. Osmond is countersuing Deborah for personal property and travel expenses.
Now, when was the dog purchased?
I got him on December 19th, 2022, as a birthday present for my other Pomsky. She's just like him and loves to play. And I have an old Shih Tzu that would not play with her. And then I came across a Facebook post about a woman who was getting rid of a dog that was swimming in her basement. Well, he lived in the basement. And when I contacted her, she said, I'll send you some pictures. And it was a couple pictures of Luca sitting on some stairs. And she said, oh, we went down in the basement the other day and the basement was flooded and he was swimming. I said, swimming? And she said, yeah, so we put him on the stairs. And I said, I'll be over.
So you took the
Osmond
dog.
and I went to look at him, and he made my other Pomsky a little nervous. So we went back, and Oz kept saying, you don't need another dog. She doesn't need a friend. She's got toys. You know, I said, I have to do something about this dog. The woman
And
was
Mr. Brown was with you?
Yeah,
Okay. So you went together?
to look. And he said no. So I came home, and I thought about it, and I kept in touch with that woman, and she said, if you don't take him, he's probably just going to go to a shelter. I talked to Oz again. I said, I have to go get this dog. I have to. He's living on stairs.
Okay.
And so I purchased him. He was not happy about it, but I purchased him.
For how much?
$240. It started at $500. I told her I couldn't do it, so.
Okay. Mr. Brown, do you need a tissue?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Brown, first, do you recall, sir, going with Miss Borelli to pick up the dog?
Yes.
Were you with Miss Borelli when she purchased the dog?
Yeah, I bought the dog. I gave her the money to purchase the dog.
And where did you get the money from?
I worked
Okay.
at that time.
Does Miss Borelli work?
She worked periodically. I got her 2 jobs for a company that I worked with. They were contractual for 90 days. She did that twice. And then she worked for the census
Okay.
every 10 years.
He would like to go and say hello to her.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Hi, sweetheart.
Okay.
Oh,
So when you went to pick up the dog, do you remember what month and year that was? Was that in December of 2022?
Yes, it was December of 2022.
And where did you take the money from?
My bank account at work.
Miss Borelli, who took out the money to pay for the dog?
He lent me the money.
Okay, so the answer is Mr. Brown paid for the dog then.
At that day, yeah.
Okay, fine. And when did you repay him for the money?
The following week.
Do you have any proof that you paid him back?
No, but he knows I did.
I didn't ask you what he knows. I asked you whether or not.
We didn't do receipts back then.
Okay, enough. You want to hold on to the dog for a second? Thank you. When you lived in the house for these 10 years, how much was the rent in the house?
There wasn't really rent. I pay a mortgage with my retirement from the post office.
Okay, and how much did Mr. Brown contribute towards that?
He had the gas and electric in his name.
Okay, so the gas.
And it varied.
Just a second, the utilities were in his name.
Yes, I paid the cable, the phone bill for 8 years. The mortgage.
Okay, there is a
water,
mortgage.
the
And
electric,
did he contribute anything towards the mortgage?
Not towards the mortgage, really.
But did he take money out of his bank or write you a check for anything other than the 2 utilities that you've said are in his name that he pays?
Yes, he gave me different amounts. At one time, it was 3,
so
4.
the answer is you actually lived in, as he put it, a domestic partnership for
Yes,
those 10
it was.
years.
It really was.
Okay, so let's be fair and easy about it. Now, Mr. Brown, what, if anything, did you observe with regard to Miss Borelli's grandson doing with the dog? By the way, the dog still chewing up your house?
I'm gonna answer both questions, but first I'm gonna answer the chewing of things first. The dog did have a problem chewing things because he had anxieties. His anxieties were surrounded by her grandson because of the fact that he would beat him. I'd sleep on the couch, like she said, for the last 5 years, I've been sleeping on the couch. When her grandson comes, he also sleeps on the couch, but sometimes in the middle of the night, like he's always on his computer doing something. So if he gets angry or something, he takes his frustrations out on the dog. The fact that I'm in the room and I'm sleeping and I let her know these things, she don't really discipline him. She just says, oh, this or oh, that.
Tell me how.
He sprayed hairspray in the dog's eyes one day and told her that he thought that it was his butt. That's what he told her. He thought he was spraying his butt. Why are you spraying his butt? You don't know his face from his butt that you gonna spray him in the eyes?
What precipitated that?
I don't know. He's always trying to do things to the dog.
Did you see it?
I heard the spray and I heard the pss, pss, and I heard the dog doing this here with his eyes. So I know something happened.
Just a second.
You smell it. You can
Just
see
a second. Did you confront her grandson about it?
Yes.
What did you say to him?
I said, don't spray this dog in the eyes. I even went and told her he's spraying the dog in the face with eyes. He said he thought it was the dog's butt.
Did you hear him say that?
Yeah, he told her that.
Okay. Yeah, you don't make that up, madam.
He wouldn't have heard the spray. He's in a complete...
What I'm telling you is he wouldn't have made up that story. Miss Borelli, there are lots of stories that you make up. He's not that imaginative. There are a lot of ways that you can say you can abuse a dog, but spraying the dog in the eyes with spray, and then that remark that a 16-year-old wise guy might say, you don't make that up.
I told him a good way to discipline an animal, including a cat that's doing something bad, is you get a spray bottle and you fill it with water.
Yes. Just look at me. Don't look at him. You get a spray bottle and fill it with water, and
you can put it on a light mist and you spray them.
But this is not what he did. He didn't spray the dog with water.
I believe that's what he did.
No, that's not what he said. He didn't say spray the dog with water. But now we're getting to the fact that he did in fact spray the dog.
With water.
Okay, the dog is staying with him. Period. End of discussion. He paid for it, $240, and unless you have proof that you took out $240 that was paid for the dog,
he loves the dog
just a
so
second.
much. Why is he trying to sell it back to me for $3,000?
Just a second.
I sold that
let me tell you something.
Deborah Borelli is accusing her ex-boyfriend, Osmond Brown, of harassment and wrongfully keeping her dog, Luca. Osmond is countersuing for personal property and travel expenses.
By the way, can I see the piece of paper that she signed giving you the dog?
Yes.
The top half was ripped off. There was more writing on the top half of that.
I will let Osmond Brown take my dog Luca in order to get Desmond to leave my home forever.
The top half says something completely different. That
May I?
ripped off.
I'd like to take a look at what you're showing me. This isn't this. This
No,
isn't.
I don't have that.
Well, this isn't it.
That,
this is
that
what
shows you that
just a
he's
second.
trying to sell me the dog back.
If you want to buy it back, you can buy it back.
For
If you want to-
$240?
Listen to me. He's got the dog. I will let him take the dog if he agrees to leave. That's what this document says.
Just for the day.
Just a second. That's not what this document says.
Because he's ripped it.
Just a second. You should have made a copy. It's ripped on both sides. Okay. Now, he wants the dog. He paid for the dog. As long as your 16-year-old grandson has access to your house, which you say that he does, the dog is staying with Mr. Brown. If it's his conscience as to whether or not he wants to sell it or not. Right now, the dog looks just fine. And I'm not sending this dog back to where there's a 16-year-old teenager who gets frustrated and takes out that frustration on a dog by over-disciplining the dog.
I don't think he over-disciplined.
This is not a tea party, madam. This is a ruling. This is when you have to listen.
Okay.
Kevin, get the dog and bring it to Mr. Brown.
Come on. Come on.
Okay, now let's go to the Oculus. Mr. Brown, you have the Oculus.
Yes, ma'am.
And you don't use it. That's what you told me before.
I don't use it. I have.
Just a second. You don't use it?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you're going to give it back to the grandson because she doesn't use it. It was the grandson's Oculus. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now we have a counterclaim. And your counterclaim is that when you had this argument, you left the house and you left some things there.
Yes, ma'am.
The most important thing in this collection, because I'm not getting involved in a collection of 3 sport jerseys or 2 T-shirts, I'm not getting involved with that, but you say you left your watch there. Where did you leave your watch?
It's in her bedroom. I have 3 watches there. One has a pink face, one has a blue face, and one is a Rolex that she gave me that the battery broke.
Okay. You don't mention any other watch but a Rolex.
Yes, ma'am.
And the Rolex was given to you by the plaintiff?
Yes, ma'am.
For what?
We were in a relationship.
Was it a birthday or a different event that you gave him the Rolex?
I didn't give him a watch.
Oh, can I see the watches, please? Whose watches were they?
I had bought them for an ex in New York City. We had gone to the Statue of Liberty and we were at Battery Park, and a man opened his raincoat and asked me, did I want watches?
Oh,
And
these
I
are
bought
the 2,
many of
just
them.
a second, and these are the 2 watches that you bought?
Yeah, lots of them.
But these are the 2
$30 a
men's,
piece.
But these are the 2 men's watches that you bought?
Yes.
Okay.
So he...
Shh, shh, shh. Would you turn these men's watches over to the defendant, please?
Thank you.
No, they're not his. I never gave them to him.
Thank
Just
you
a
very
second.
much.
I'm giving them to him.
No, you can't. There's 2 of them there. I wanted him. He doesn't even know which one it was, and they're counterfeit.
Just a second. I understand that, counterfeit, madam. You just explained that to me. When somebody comes over to you in Washington Square Park and goes like this, want a real Rolex? I would suggest to you that you know.
I knew they were counterfeit, and I bought
Fine.
them for an ex. And we were
Okay,
going
fine.
through some jewelry,
Great.
and he saw it.
Okay.
And he said, these are nice Rolex.
Yeah.
They're not both his.
He's getting them both.
Oh,
Both
my
fake
God.
Rolexes. He's getting both fake Rolexes for which you paid $30. Now, what other expenses do you think she's responsible for?
So we planned a trip to Atlanta with me and her grandson and my mom.
When?
So we were supposed to go on October 28th. It was a non-refundable trip. So once I paid for it. Once I paid for it, she's supposed to pay her $850. She never paid her $850 because when she got her money, she threw me out the house and said she's not going on the trip. So that's when I told her I need that $850 back.
Just a second. You paid the $850 for what?
To fly to Atlanta.
Oh, to fly.
To fly, yes.
To fly?
Yes.
Okay. And that was just on a vacation trip?
Yes.
Okay. Did you go?
Yes.
Who else did you go with?
My mother.
And you flew there?
Yes.
And you knew she wasn't going. So what did you do with her tickets?
I couldn't do anything with her tickets. I left everything there. I told her on the phone she could still go. It's still there for you. You can still go. She said, I don't want to be in the same hotel with you or something like that.
She's not going.
So,
okay, you're taking the dog home. I expect the Oculus to be packed and take it to a post office, box it, and send it back to her grandson. Now, you want it to go to your house? The Oculus, do you want to your house?
But how will I know that he's not going to break it?
You know, because I'm telling him not to break it, to put it in a box and send it back. Do you understand?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, don't break it.
I won't.
He won't. Okay, we're done here. He gets the dog, you get your Oculus, we're finished. Thank you.
This court is adjourned.
It's the dog that's worth money, and that's why he wants it, because he's greedy and ruthless.
The only way I felt like I could help this dog is if I got her to sign him over to me so I could leave.
He's going to turn around and sell the dog. So I'll give you a beautiful Pomsky for sale.
No, this dog is part of our family. This dog is loved by 2 families now. He has a bunch of kids that love him and play with him, and either at my brother's house or at my house.
Because I rescued that dog. He did not want me to rescue that dog. That dog had a terrible life until I went and rescued him.
It's almost impossible to separate these domestic partnerships and property and what you spend.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have courts set up for divorces,
Yeah.
but you don't for living together as almost marrieds.
Yeah.
But the papers indicated that he took the dog, and there's no question. He didn't say he's taking the dog for one day
Yeah.
because she wanted him to leave. And she said the condition was she would give him the dog if he left the house forever. That was in the paper.
Yeah.
And her statement that I was just giving him the dog for one day just doesn't fit with that. And he paid for the dog. The dog looks very well taken care of. And she acknowledged that the grandson did in fact abuse the dog.
Sure.
So it was a very easy decision. And the Oculus was made easy actually by him.
Yeah.
When I said, do you use the Oculus? He said, no.
Give it back
Anyway,
to its owner.
Give it back to its owner. Anyway, living together is never easy when you have to dissect it and divide it
After
at the end of the day.
fact. Yeah.
She picked up the horse, didn't pay anybody, and within days or a week called you and said, this horse is injured. I don't want it.
Yes.
Because you knew she was having the vet come out to look at the horse to make sure that the horse was okay. Come up with an answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before she bought it.
This is Judy Justice. Paul Cole is suing his customer, Paula Capestro, for the cost of a racehorse and lost earnings.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Case 3118, Cole versus Capestro.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Cole, the case is relatively simple. You claim that the defendant owes you for a horse that you sold to her. The defendant is counterclaiming for the money she expended taking care of the horse, which she said you abandoned, and the sale was for the horse was never concluded. Correct?
Correct.
Okay, let me get some background information from you, Mr. Cole. You were not originally in the horse business.
Nope.
Nope is not an answer. Nope,
No,
you
ma'am.
say to a friend. Here, no. The
You're
answer
right.
is no. And your business, according to what I read in your complaint, was racetrack.
One of my businesses is owning a dirt racetrack, yes.
When did you develop an interest in horses?
Probably about 25 years ago, I've been friends with our trainer and been around the horse track for my whole life. My family and I decided it would be a good leisure activity for us. And
When did you decide
we
to purchase
bought our
your
first horse. We bought our first horse in May 23rd of 2023.
And I assume then you relied on your friend and witness to help you make that purchase.
Yes, Your Honor.
What was the name of that first horse?
Hanger 1?
So the first horse that you purchased was the horse in question.
Yes, ma'am.
And where were you going to keep him?
The racetrack offers stables for the horses that race there at no charge, and it's maintained by the trainer. Takes care of the feed. We pay him a day rate to take care of the horse.
Your trainer,
The trainer, correct?
this gentleman.
Correct.
Okay. I didn't understand a word that you used in your complaint, sir. You said, my friend suggested I buy a couple of horses. I assume that this is your friend.
Yes, ma'am.
We went to a claiming race, and I claimed a thoroughbred named Hanger 1. Tell me what a claiming race is, sir.
So what a claiming race is, the horses race for a price, and any horse in that race can be purchased by a licensed owner by putting a claim sheet in before the race starts. So 10 minutes before the race starts, you have to put the money up to purchase that
Okay.
horse. In this case, the horse was in for $5,000.
The horse was in the race.
Right. Any horse in that race can be purchased for $5,000.
So it's a fixed price, $5,000. And you purchased Hanger 1 on the 23rd of May, 2023. You claimed that, we call it claiming, you paid $5,000 for the
Correct.
horse. Since the horse stays at the racetrack and is run regularly, how regularly?
About every 2 to 3 weeks.
Now, you bought it on May 23rd, which means it raced on May 23rd.
Correct.
And when was the horse's next race?
I believe it was June 3rd.
Did it win?
Did not.
When did it race again?
June 23rd.
Did it win?
Did not.
When did it race again?
July 4th.
Did it win?
It did not.
When did it race again?
I believe it was July 18th.
Did it win?
It finished third.
The answer is it did not win. Next time it raced.
It was scheduled to race on August 1st. Our trainer noticed that he had inflamed tendon sheath, which is kind of like tennis elbow. And we planned to scratch him that day so he'd have time to rest before he raced him again.
And he never raced again for you.
Did not.
And that's when you decided that this was not a horse that you wanted to keep.
We were planning on keeping him. The offer came in discussions between our trainer and the defendant, discussing taking the horse and moving into the show world.
So far you've had this horse and you never saw it win a race.
Correct.
And then you decided to sell it.
You know, the opportunity to give the horse a life in the show world, with getting our money
Mr.
out,
Cole,
seemed like a reasonable argument.
Mr. Cole,
Yep.
I'm not a stupid woman. You don't sell something you want. You sell something if you're disappointed in it. So far, you've kept the horse from May until August. You know, if you tell the truth, you don't have to have a good memory. I want you to pay attention to that phrase. Okay. How much money do you make a day? How much money?
$60 per horse.
How many horses do you take care of?
Right now, I got 2.
You want to tell me how you got involved with these two people?
My husband says it was very dumb of me.
Okay. Well, you never knew him, according to what I read.
I never knew Paul Cole. I did
Well,
know,
you know.
Jimmy Bettine. Jimmy's father approached me, asked me to call him and teach him about the new HISA rules, HISA rules, which is the Horse Racing Integrity Safety Act, which is new. It was started in about July a year ago. I did so. Jimmy said he was doing well.
This is Jimmy.
The trainer.
Just a second. Stand up. Move over. Do you remember that conversation, Jimmy?
Yes,
And you remember what date that conversation was?
not exactly.
Do you remember when that was?
Probably around July sometime.
So you told him to watch his back, be careful, there is a new sheriff in town.
Absolutely. So then he showed me a horse, a picture of which is right here.
What's your business, by the way?
I'm a bloodstock agent and a horse trainer.
How long have you been doing that?
30 years.
So this is a picture of the horse, a pretty horse.
Gorgeous.
Okay, and that's hanger one.
That's hanger one, yes.
Keep going.
So he shows me the photo of the horse and says, what do you think? Do you think this horse will make it in the show ring? And I said, absolutely. He's gorgeous.
Just a second. You remember that conversation?
Yeah.
You think the horse will make it in the show ring?
Yes.
Was this conversation in person?
It was on the phone.
How did you get the picture?
He texted it to me.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, at that time, Jimmy, at that time you were working for Mr. Cole.
Yes.
We're going to get to independent thought.
Cole claims his customer, Paula Capestro, refuses to pay for the racehorse she purchased. Paula is countersuing for the costs of caring for the horse.
Right now, you helped him select Hanger 1 back in May. Is that correct?
Yes.
And Hanger 1 was underperforming.
Yes.
And you also noticed prior to this conversation that the horse had sort of swollen ankles.
Yes.
And I want you to be very careful with this answer. You discussed the swollen ankles with Mr. Cole.
Yes.
Did you discuss with him selling the horse?
Yes.
Prior to your conversation with the defendant?
No.
When?
Shortly thereafter, I had talked to Paula.
Well, why would you ask her if she were interested and text her a picture of this horse if your boss hadn't told you that he was looking to get rid of the horse? Come up with an answer, Jim. Don't speak, Cole. Come up with an answer, Jimmy. You're an employee. You told him to buy the horse. The horse underperformed and then had swollen ankles, which you saw.
One swollen ankle.
Is that the same swollen ankle where it had a broken ankle? Is that the same ankle?
I never knew the horse to have a broken ankle, man.
But now you know.
I do now.
Now you know. So I'm asking you a question.
I don't.
Was that the same ankle?
I'm not 100% certain.
Are you 90% certain?
No.
Has anyone told you since, Jimmy, that the horse had a broken ankle at some point in its life?
I'm not 100% certain which ankle was broken.
But you knew.
The tendon sheath was on the left front.
So now, just serendipitously, you're speaking to this person who was a friend of your father's and who you knew, and ask her, do you think it would be a nice show horse? So now we're going to get back to your case. It is your claim, Mr. Cole, that there was a contract for the sale of this horse for $5,000, that the defendant, Ms. Capestro, picked up the horse, didn't pay anybody the $5,000, and within days or a week, called you and said, this horse is injured. I don't want it. You say the sale was concluded. She owes you the $5,000 for the horse. That's your case. It is the defendant's position that she picked up the horse to have a look-see at it before she paid $5,000, which is why she didn't pay $5,000 when she picked up the horse. She didn't give you $5,000, did she?
No.
Didn't give you $5,000, did she? She just picked up the horse, which you gave her. Were you there when she picked up the horse?
Yes.
All you have to do is tell the truth. Then you don't have to have a good memory. Do you understand? So you were there when she picked up the horse. Did you ask her for the $5,000? That's a question. Did you ask her for the $5,000?
No.
Now, that was on the 2nd of August. Did you tell Mr. Cole that the horse had been picked up?
Yes.
And what did he say to you?
Good.
Good. Did he say to you, where's my money? The answer is yes or no. No.
Not at that moment.
No. When did you ascertain that the defendant was not happy with the horse?
I believe it was the following Friday. They had the vets come out, I guess, to look at the horses.
Jimmy, did you say to her, what do I care about whether the vet's coming to look at the horse or not? Where's Mr. Cole's money?
No, I didn't say that.
No, because you knew she was having the vet come out to look at the horse to make sure that the horse was okay.
Yeah.
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 Before she bought it.
The reason why she was having the horse vetted out was because they're worth a lot more money in the show world if the horse has a vet clearance saying that she could possibly be making 6 figures with the horse.
Maybe it would turn into the most substantial horse in the world. What did that have to do with Mr. Cole's money? She wasn't going to give him any more money if the vet came out and said, oh, this is some bargain for $5,000. She wasn't going to say, listen, I'll give you $50,000 for the horse.
No. We wanted $5,000, which is what we paid for it, and
All
she
right.
thought she thought she'd get out on the horse no matter what. But if the horse did vet out, it was going to be definitely a bigger payoff for her.
Okay, I don't think so. Anyway, now you have to prove to me, Mr. Cole, that there was a completed sale, because certain things are common sense.
This is the copy of the letter that I sent to her indicating that we delivered the horse. She indicated...
No. Before you sent her a letter demanding your money, I want to see a completed contract. It can be a contract.
It was a verbal contract.
Show me the texts that complete the contract, because right now, Mr. Cole, I want to tell you what I see. I see somebody picking up an animal and having it checked out by the vet. Nothing was done, and she agreed to pay the $5,000 for the horse if the horse checked out. Just a second. I don't want to see your statements to her that you owe me money. I want to see, when she bought the horse, text messages.
That's what I have right here, Your Honor.
I want to take a look at.
On Wednesday, July 26th, she starts the conversation back and forth.
Just a second. I'm going to look at it. On August 4th, you wrote, Paul Cole, please send him the money so I don't have to deal with this anymore. She responds, sorry, Paul, but your horse has a lot of issues. It's going to take 6 months rehab before we can give him away to a nice home. Jimmy, your horse has all kinds of problems. This is why we always vet them. Has to be done. I'm sending the report now. That's what she wrote to you. Mr. Cole, would you have purchased this horse if you knew that it had a broken leg when you were going to race it? The answer is either yes or no. Would you have purchased?
It did not have a broken leg when we raced it. It was racing.
Just a second. If your trainer had told you on May 23rd that the horse had had a broken leg in the past, would you have bought it?
Yes.
Baloney.
Because it also gets confirmed by the state vet and the track vet, not just his word.
I'm just going to look and see whether or not the horse had a broken leg.
There was no way for us to know until after.
Well, that would not be her problem. Can I see the vet's report, please?
Both of these. Your Honor, there's 2 reports.
Shh. Well, this has a report, study date August 3rd. This was the day after you got him.
That's correct, Your Honor.
So the horse broke his leg on June 7th of 2022. Which leg?
Same one, left front.
Paul Cole has accused his customer, Paula Capestro, of refusing to pay for the racehorse she purchased. Paula is countersuing, claiming Paul knowingly sold her an injured horse.
Where's the horse now?
The horse is in the possession of...
And how did that happen?
She was the one that had the horse when he originally fractured his ankle in 2022. I contacted her, and that's when I learned that it had been the same ankle that had fractured again now in 2023.
So you gave the horse back to that person?
She's a good caretaker.
Just a second. I'm asking you a question.
Yes, I sent it back.
For nothing?
Nothing.
Do you know who you bought the horse from?
The owner was that we claimed the horse from in the race. was the trainer.
So you got it from her who had been racing the horse?
Correct.
Now, when you told Mr. Cole to buy the horse, did she tell you that the horse had broken its ankle?
Nobody. We didn't know.
Never knew until the vet report that she sent.
Well, let me ask you this question, Mr. Cole.
Yep.
If you knew then what you know now, would you have purchased the horse?
No.
The answer is no. Wouldn't it have been a good idea, Mr. Trainer, to tell Mr. Cole, listen, it looks like a nice horse, but we really should get it examined before?
You can't do that.
You can't do that when you claim a horse.
Right.
As far as the horse is concerned, the horse never won a race that you saw.
Right.
Okay. When did you purchase a horse like this? You took it to the vet the very next day that you picked it up.
Correct.
When did you tell Jimmy that you weren't purchasing this horse?
3 days later, I sent a text.
And what did the text say?
It was a copy of the text I sent to Mr. Cole.
Which said what?
I can't buy your horse. He's got a lot of problems. It's a good thing you quit racing.
And so you sent it to Mr. Cole?
Yes.
No.
And what did Mr. Cole say to you in response?
You put it in the trailer, you own it.
Now I'll see your letter.
So I never had any conversation or text back and forth with her. I sent her this letter as the first communication I had with her, in which time I was seeking payment. Her response is written at the bottom.
She said to you in her answer, and you said, I demand my money. And she said, Hanger 1 did not pass the vet exam and I opted out of the sale. This was disclosed to Jimmy along with the vet report. Jimmy was coming to pick up the horse or leave him as a giveaway horse. Did you answer her?
I did. We went started with a long list of texts back and forth that you should have.
Oh, okay. So it comes in here.
Correct.
Well, so it was your position that the minute she took possession of the horse, it became hers.
These are the agreements that Jimmy and her had come together with.
It would be stupid. The fact that you were stupid and claimed a horse for $5,000 that had a broken leg that could have been found out if you had the horse checked out, you chose to do that. You chose, instead of spending maybe $15,000 for a horse, to pay $5,000, sight unseen.
For a little clarity, when you claim a horse, the state vet afterwards vets the horse out after the race. If the horse does not pass, you can void the claim at that point.
Oh, so what you're saying to me is you didn't buy the horse sight unseen. You relied on your trainer to tell you that a state vet was going to look at the horse. And if that horse didn't pass state inspection, you could void the sale.
Correct.
That's exactly what she did.
Except for she didn't bring the horse back.
You wouldn't take the horse back.
She never offered to bring the horse back. She told us to come pick it up in
Oh,
Ohio.
well, that's the same thing. And you said, no, this is a sale, it's finished. So she did the same thing that you did. So my problem with you, madam, quite frankly, is that you gave the horse back to her because you have a counterclaim. And your counterclaim is the money that you spent taking care of the horse, correct?
Correct.
Well, you're not going to get it. He's not getting his money. But I think it was terrible judgment, knowing what you knew, because he didn't know. I believe Mr. Cole. So you're not getting the money.
Okay.
But I do believe that when you buy a horse, like you did, even claiming it, it has to pass a vet's inspection. This vet said it passed inspection. It clearly was a smell test because the horse had a broken leg. Had a broken leg.
It had a broken leg, but not currently had a broken leg.
Okay.
It was cleared to run.
Okay. You know, I'm going to leave you two people exactly where I found you. This was a really very interesting educational process for me. But I think she took the horse with the intention of having a vet check it out. It didn't. She told you to come and get it, and you didn't, so you don't get your money. So you'll eat the expenses that you incurred with the vet and everything else with regard to the horse. We're done. Your claim and counterclaim are both dismissed. We're done.
This court is adjourned.
She's giving it away to somebody else, and we're going home empty-handed and very disappointed.
I think the judge's decision was very fair.
Just because it had an old injury doesn't mean he was still not a good racehorse.
I do know the previous owner was very conscientious in healing the horse the first time.
In this case, we looked more out for the horse and giving him an opportunity to be in the show world than we did worried about the money.
No, it's the best interest of the animal.
I learned a lot about a field that I knew very little about before today and reading the case.
Me too.
But I think that the horse would have been better off just in a nice pasture, enjoying its days. But I think that giving it back to the original owner probably wasn't the right thing to do.
You know, my original sympathies were totally with the defendant. But she was a pro. I think that they both deserve each other. She had just nicer frosting. He was in need of a loan.
Yes.
I was telling her, you know, you gave me this as a gift.
Can I play a voicemail, please?
Absolutely.
and I don't owe you a goddamn dime, you slank, stink-ass motherfucker.
Aren't you embarrassed?
Not really.
You have a nasty potty mouth.
This is Judy Justice. Bonita Roberts is suing her former friend, Kevin Burt, for a loan, harassment, and personal threats.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Judge, case 3113, Robert versus Burt.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. Roberts, you and Mr. Burt became friends because you were living in the same community.
Yes.
And according to your complaint, the defendant at some point told you that he was in need of a loan.
Yes.
And you made that loan to him. And what was the amount of that loan?
It was $190.
And he paid you back?
No.
Well, according to your complaint, you had, in fact, loaned him money in the past, and he had paid you back.
Yes, he did.
Okay, and that was $2,000.
Yep, $2,000 one time, $300 another.
And then there came a time in December of last year when Mr. Burt again said that his account was a little overdrawn.
Yes.
And he asked you if you could loan him that money.
Yes, and he would pay me back the following day.
And you did.
Yes, I sent him $190 through Zelle.
And you, as a matter of fact, acknowledged that she did, in fact, give you $190.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that $190 you have not given back to her.
No, Your Honor.
So now I don't know what you guys are drinking, but now you're each suing each other for $10,000. You want money owed for repayment of the loan, that's $190. And the rest for harassment and threats of bodily harm.
And defamation of character.
No, that's not in here. That's in your fantasy world. So let's start with this, Mr. Burt. She gave you $190.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why didn't you give it back to her?
Because it was a gift.
Did you ever give her a gift that was worth $190?
Yes, Your Honor.
Like what?
I'd take her to dinner at the steakhouse. I would buy the dinners. It would be well over $300.
How many times did you do that?
We went to the steakhouse a couple of times.
Okay. Tell me about the phone call that you made to her indicating your account was overdrawn.
Yeah, I called her up. I was trying to get a payday loan. I called her from the payday lender place and told her I needed $190.
And what did she say to you?
She said, okay, I'll send it to you by Zelle.
Okay. Did she tell you when she needed it back?
No, she didn't.
Okay. Now, at some point, she started to ask you for this money, this $190. When was that?
I think it was sometime around Christmas, I believe.
And what did you tell her?
I didn't really tell her anything. I was just kind of like ignoring her, you know, because I'm
Well,
like,
she was asking you, when can I have my $190 back? And you were ignoring her.
Yeah, I'm like, this was a gift. I was telling her, you know, you gave me this as a gift.
Okay. Well, a gift is something that you usually buy or give to somebody without being asked. You actually called her and asked her for the money.
Correct.
You know, that would be like Sarah saying to me, I want this particular bag and I don't have money for it right now. Can you send it to me? And I send her the money, and then she says, well, that was a gift because you sent it. I mean, she's done that, but not exactly. Okay, so we have $190. Now I want you to get from $190, Miss Roberts, to $10,000, and I want you to get there in 3 minutes or less.
Can I play a voicemail, please?
Absolutely, and this is going to be a $9,810
yes.
voicemail.
This is the first voicemail.
Hey, I got your phone call. Don't call me before 12 o'clock in the afternoon anymore, bitch. Like you, I don't work. I'm fully retired. And furthermore, you were calling me about your mother $200. Well, I just wanted to let you know you got your $200 worth on Christmas Day when you hurt my dog and you hurt me. I'm not giving you a dime. So you can kiss my ass, get the out of my life. The way you treated me on Christmas, the way you tried to humiliate me, the only thing you did was you lost your $200 and you lost a friend. I trusted you. And all of a sudden you went rogue psycho mother bitch on me.
Okay, I already told you, you have your $190 and he has a bad potty mouth.
Okay.
So after you got that message from him and he told you, you're out of my life, whatever it was, you had some sort of a bad Christmas. Don't call me anymore. I don't want to know from you anymore. You did something, you humiliated me, you hurt my dog. Leave me alone, get out of my life. What did you do?
I didn't do anything because I kept getting voicemail.
Just a second. So you didn't contact him again?
I sent an email saying how hurt I was,
just
but
a second.
I didn't call him, no.
Well, do you have the email?
Yeah, I do.
I'd like to see it. So you sent him an email after you got this message. May I see? You have it written?
Yes.
I'd like to see it. Okay. This is a very nice email, Mr. Burt. So far, it's a very nice email. I'm going to read it out loud. It said, just so you can hear how ridiculous you get when you're inebriated. I really pray that you get some help. This has to stop. I have only been a good person to and for you, and you turn around and say these nasty things to me because you don't want to pay me back. I've always been there for you whenever you were in need, loaning you money when you need it. For you to make up a bunch of lies, it truly breaks my heart. And I feel so sorry for you, but I will pray that God helps you get a peaceful, calm space where you don't require liquid courage and possibly keep one good person around you. And she doesn't say anything nasty to you in this email, sir. It says, I will see you in court because I'm not going to allow you to steal money from me. I really thought we were friends. Bonnie, lovely, lovely email. If I got that message from you, sir, I would not have sent you this, except she probably knows that you're a drunk and that she felt sorry for you. On Christmas Day, did you go out and buy yourself a little pint of vodka?
Yes, I did.
And bring it, but shut.
Sorry.
Does it look like I need help from you?
You don't.
Okay, good.
Bonita Roberts claims her former friend, Kevin Burt, refuses to pay back a loan and harassed her. Kevin is countersuing Bonita for filing a false restraining order and emotional distress.
So what you did was nasty. What you did was nasty. Now, it may have clouded your judgment that you did have liquid courage. I don't know what you needed courage from. She wasn't doing anything bad to you. Okay, so far, that's not worth a nickel. That. It's just a bad potty mouth. You knew he was drunk. He said, I feel sorry for you, but I'm going to take you to court. You already won your $190.
Okay.
Okay? We're getting to $10,000. Now, you say that he threatened you.
He did.
And it's on a voicemail.
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to hear the threatening one. So far,
okay.
It was just potty mouth.
First of all, can I just, a little backstory. I had knee surgery. He threatened to harm my knees.
Okay, I'm
When
listening.
I asked for the money back, then this is what really bothered me.
I just got the notice from Wells Fargo of you begging for $190. I'm going to call Wells Fargo and I'm going to let them know that I don't owe you a dime, you broke-ass bitch. And you better keep your communication with me either by phone or by email. Because if you ever show up at my house, God help you. I'm going straight for the knees.
Okay, got it. Aren't you embarrassed?
No, Your Honor, Miss Roberts started needling me about not being around her, ignoring her calls after I got the loan, which I didn't. I was actually in the hospital after I suffered 3 incidents of cardiac arrest on July the 22nd.
Listen to me.
He's lying.
Shh. You should be embarrassed by those phone messages that you left her while you were drunk. And if you tell me you weren't drunk, that's twice as bad. You understand? That's not the kind of communication that a grown-up adult has with another grown-up adult, especially when you get this kind of an email in response.
Well, in that email,
just a second.
In that email, she stated that I could barely take care of myself.
Well, clearly you can't. If she said it, it's true.
No, it's not true.
Yes, it's true.
Well,
Mr. Burke,
It's very
Mr.
true.
Okay, so they're nasty messages. She knows that when you left those messages, you were drunk. You know that, correct?
Yes, I do.
And you know that he said, don't ever come to his house Because if you come to his house, he's going right for the knees.
And I was very vulnerable because I had just had surgery.
I get it. You weren't going to his house either.
I wasn't.
Okay. But at some point, you filed for a protective order against
did.
him. And that's his counterclaim for $10,000, that you filed for a protective order against him, and that was ultimately dismissed.
Yes.
As I would dismiss it if I were hearing this application for a protective order. In any event, I don't like the messages that you sent to her, so your counterclaim's dismissed. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you can't hold your liquor, don't drink. If you're retired and you sleep until noon because you're drunk every day, that's not a smart thing for you. And if you've been in the hospital because of cardiac arrest, it's twice as not smart for you. Right?
Right.
Yeah, right. Unless you can't stop. If you can't stop, check into Betty Ford. Judgment for the plaintiff, and I'm awarding you $500 because I wouldn't like to listen to those messages either. $190 for what he owes you, and the rest is because you have a nasty potty mouth. We're done here. Thank you.
Well, she
Court is adjourned.
should have stopped calling me. She sees me buying a bottle of vodka, and she gets an attitude like, you owe me $190, but you're going to buy vodka?
I'm happy. I got what I wanted. I just wanted my money back.
I think she was taking advantage of me because of my medical condition.
What? What would I take advantage of from him? He has nothing.
I had told her before I made those messages to leave me alone, but she continued to call me.
Nothing. He's a thing of the past for me.
I just find it so ironic that in all of those potty-mouthed messages where he's calling her a broke-ass bitch, he couldn't afford the $190 overdraft fee on his own account. So it's just,
That's funny. She was a nice lady.
She was, and I think she expected him to pay her back, and he's just a drunk
he's
who
just
had
an
no
old
intention of paying her back.
Case number 3096, Corcoran versus Curry. All parties, please step forward.
Christopher Corcoran is suing his former employee, Joshua Curry, for unpaid legal fees.
Mr. Corcoran, the case is relatively simple and straightforward. It is your claim that the defendant owes you for legal fees that you paid on his behalf.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Curry says that there was never an agreement to pay you anything, and you paid legal fees for him for a criminal matter because he was such a valued employee that without him, your business couldn't function.
That's very true, Your Honor.
Okay, so that's relatively easy. How long did you work for Mr. Corcoran, Mr. Curry? From when to when?
For August of 2020 until September of 2023.
And how much did you earn?
200 to 300, depending on how long it was.
So you want to tell me when you got into some legal trouble?
It was July 5th morning, about 4 o'clock in the morning. I had heard some news from one of my friends passing away from a motorcycle wreck, and I was just a little emotional. Went on a motorcycle ride myself, and the police tried to pull me over, which I made a bad decision and didn't pull over.
Well, let's go back a second. I just want to make sure I'm hearing it right. You got some very bad news that a friend of yours had been killed in a motorcycle accident.
Yeah.
And you were very upset about it.
Well, emotional, yes.
You were upset about it, hadn't been drinking,
Nope.
no drugs.
Nope.
So at 4 o'clock in the morning, you decided to go on a motorcycle ride.
Yep.
Where did you take your motorcycle for a ride?
I was just going for a ride through Marymount.
And is that
It's
a big town or a little town?
It's a small little town outside Cincinnati.
And the police must see you because you're going to tell me what happened when the police tried to pull you over.
Well, there was like a medium from one direction to the other from the way the cop was coming. I wasn't speeding. I wasn't doing anything illegal. They busted you. He came up behind me and was trying to pull me over for what I thought for no reason.
So the police were trying to pull you over while you were riding your motorcycle.
Yes, ma'am.
And then what happened?
Emotions got the best of me. I flipped the bird and just took off.
Okay.
Christopher Corcoran claims his former employee, Joshua Curry, owes for attorney fees he loaned to Joshua.
So you made a middle finger gesture
Yes, ma'am.
and took off on your motorcycle.
That's right.
How fast did you take off?
I probably hit 100 miles an hour at some point.
So now you're driving 100 miles an hour through this small town in Ohio. Police try to pull you over. High-speed chase. they finally got you to pull over.
Yes, ma'am.
And they arrested you.
Well, they impounded my bike and they actually took me home once they realized that I didn't do anything wrong.
Don't tell me what they realized. You can't tell me what they realized. They impounded your bike.
Yes, and they drove me home and gave me failure to comply.
So they gave you a ticket.
Well, it's a ticket, which was a misdemeanor ticket, yes.
Were you originally charged with a misdemeanor or with a felony?
I think it was a misdemeanor. It was a misdemeanor.
Let me see what you're looking at. Okay, so at some point you got in touch with your boss.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me when that was.
Probably later on that evening, that day, and I told him I was in trouble. Yeah.
And at that point, did you ask him to do anything for you?
Not at that point, no.
At what point?
I don't really remember. It was just more or less like, we're going to handle this, we'll make sure everything's okay, kind of conversations.
Okay. Now I'm going to come to you, Mr. Cochran. First of all, you have a business that is what?
It's a commercial construction. We had set up pallet racking and warehouse.
When did you start the business?
2008.
Is the business still ongoing?
Yes.
And it's still ongoing, so you've managed to keep your business even after this valued employee is gone.
Yes, Your Honor.
So I have to tell you something, Mr. Curry. The only time that you become indispensable is when the show has your name on it. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Other than that, everybody can be replaced. I say that because your defense is, because what Mr. Cochran did is he contacted a lawyer on your behalf, and that's the money he wants. And your position was you never asked him for it, you just did it. Okay, so you tell me about the conversation that you had with him, Mr. Cochran, when he called the next day.
He called me and told me that, pretty much verbatim.
Exactly what he told me.
He went to court. He called me after court. He said, I don't know what to do. He said, they told me to come back with an attorney.
So now he's going back and he said to you, this is bad. I have to go back to court. They told me to come back with a lawyer. Did you tell him that?
Well, yeah.
And you said to him?
I said, let me make a phone call. I'll get in touch with my attorney. He'll call you, get your side of it, and we'll go from there.
So you called your lawyer.
So I called my attorney. He called Mr. Curry. They spoke. He called me back. He says, Chris, this is bad. This is bad. He said he's going to do some time on this.
And then?
He said, he said he doesn't have any money, and he told me $6,000. So I told Mr. Curry, and he says, well, I don't have that. I said, well, I'll take it out of your check, and on we went.
Is that what he said to you?
Well, that's not really how I remember the conversation, but I mean, it was a couple years ago.
I would like you to tell me how, Mr. Curry, you remember the conversation.
Well, I just remember him saying that, I have a friend that's a lawyer. We'll take care of this. We'll get it handled.
Well, Mr. Curry, what I'm asking you is, you're not related to him. You're not his brother. You're not his cousin. You're not his son-in-law. You're an employee. If you knew about the amount of money, $6,000, why in the world would you think that he was just going to cover that for you?
I mean, he brought it up to me after the fact that it was paid. Like, I didn't have a chance to say yes or no to $6,000.
Well, you knew the lawyer wasn't working for nothing.
Well, I completely understand that. But I also thought the way that he would approach me was like, we're going to take care of this.
Okay. May I see the invoice from the attorney and a copy of your check? You have a copy of your check?
No, I paid cash.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No.
Your Honor.
This doesn't do it for me, sir. Show me where you took $6,000 from.
Out of my safe. I mean, I keep a lot of cash on hand at the house.
Well, I'm not believing you, sir. I'm going to tell you I'm not believing you. Because there's no reason why you would pay a lawyer in cash. For somebody else, when the somebody else is expected to pay you back, so you have absolutely no proof that you paid anybody. You loaned somebody money to pay a lawyer. You pay that lawyer by check, and you have proof of it. There's a possibility that you did lay out some money for him, for a lawyer. I don't believe it was $6,000 because this is not a lawyer's invoice.
I can get him on the phone.
Oh, no, I'm absolutely positive that you can get somebody on the phone, sir, unless I have proof that the amount of money that you laid out for Mr. Curry, I'm dismissing your case without prejudice. You go and plead it to somebody else. I don't buy it. We're done here.
This court is adjourned.
If you're making a loan to somebody, especially in a case like this where there was no family relation, no, like you said, no particular reason why the plaintiff would just out of the kindness of his heart step up and pay this bill, I would want a paper trail or 2 or 3 to ensure that they could not go back on their word to repay you for the loan that you so nicely laid out for them. And I found it almost as odd as you that he paid cash and didn't even have anything as far as a handwritten note that said, I paid this to the lawyer on this day, signed by someone. It doesn't even have to be official, but just pulling $6,000 out of your safe in cash, it's less than what we needed for his loan.
You know, what's interesting, Sarah, is I actually think he got a lawyer to go in with him on what was a ticket.
Yeah.
But certainly no lawyer would say, oh, that's very serious. He's looking at serious jail. That's baloney, unless there was another charge there. But I don't see why a lawyer would demand $6,000 in cash. It doesn't make sense to me.
And if it doesn't make sense,
it's not true. When you broke up, you took the car.
He was doing me a favor and gifted me the vehicle.
The discussion was for her to use the vehicle.
Then he took the car back.
Yes, ma'am.
Put your hand down. I'm not listening to you unless you tell me what law school you graduated from.
Harvard.
Was that just a wise-ass remark? Now you can leave.
This is Judy Justice. Reina Carreño Harvey is suing her ex-boyfriend, Hector Diaz, for trespassing and a stolen car.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Case 3133, Carreño Harvey versus Diaz.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Miss Harvey, how long and during what period of time did you and Mr. Diaz live together?
We were together on and off since January of 2018.
There came a time, according to your complaint, when you were living together, when you needed a car.
Yes, ma'am.
And that was in 2020.
Yes, ma'am.
And at that point, you had been living together about 1.5 years.
Yes, ma'am.
You did what you're not supposed to do, which is just living together. You bought a car together, titled in both your names, and the loan was in both your names.
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of car did you buy?
A 2016 Ford Focus SE.
How much was it?
After taxes and title, about $14,000.
And how much was the loan?
$16,000.
Why?
The tags and title after taxes.
Okay. So it was a $16,000 loan.
Yes, ma'am.
That you both took out.
Yes, ma'am.
How did you handle the payments on the car?
I had the responsibility of the monthly payments.
Is that correct, Mr. Diaz?
Yes, ma'am. But the total of the loan was $14,000. The price of the car was $12,000. After everything, it was $14,000.
May I see, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. How much was put down on the car?
$1,000.
Who put it down?
Both of us.
And you made the car payments for how many months?
I would say the first 6 or 7 months duration of the loan.
Well, that's not the duration of the loan. You paid for 6 or 7 months.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 6 or 7 months. So you had a certain amount of equity in the car, but the car still had more than half of the loan still outstanding. So far, are we correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, it is your claim that when you broke up, you took the car.
Yes, ma'am.
And it is your claim that the defendant came onto your property uninvited in 2023 and took the car back.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Diaz does not, stop playing with your papers.
Okay, yeah, ma'am.
Mr. Diaz does not deny that he came onto your property, took the car, had to have it rekeyed, and he took the car on what date?
October 17th, 2023.
However, Mr. Diaz says that when you broke up in 2021, you couldn't come to an agreement on the car because he's smart enough to know, I assume you are too, that if you broke up, the one who had possession of the car should be the only one on the title and the only one on the loan. We all understand that.
Yes.
Because we don't want a couple that's no longer a couple, somebody driving around with somebody else responsible for the payment, responsible for insurance. Okay. And Mr. Diaz says that you could not come to an agreement of how you were going to renegotiate the loan. You say he wouldn't help you renegotiate the loan.
He refused me to renegotiate the loan.
You mean to give you money?
No. What he refused is I wanted to refinance the vehicle solely to myself, and he denied me that.
He said no?
Yes.
Okay. Did he give you a 2014 Volkswagen?
Yes, it was gifted.
Okay. And that was in 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
So in 2021, because this is what Mr. Diaz says, he felt as if, based upon the fact that you had a certain amount of equity, you would put in $500 towards the car and made 6 or 7 payments on the car before you broke up, that you had a certain amount of equity. He had a 2014 Volkswagen that had no debt. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And he gave that car to you. That is correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he give you the title to that car?
Yes, ma'am.
And he took back the Ford Focus?
Yes, ma'am.
So he said, here's a car for you. It's free and clear. It's for the equity that you put in the car, and you accepted it.
No, ma'am.
Well, what did he give you the Volkswagen for?
So I could have transportation. He was doing me a favor and gifted me the vehicle.
And he took over the payments on the Focus?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't you understand where it's going?
Yes.
He took over the payments on the Focus. He said, I'm more comfortable making the payments on the Focus, but I'll give you a car free and clear so you have transportation. And he took back the Focus, right? Yes. And he gave you the title for it. So you accepted this car that had some value, and you took it and you traded it in. Is that correct?
Yes, I sold it.
Sold it for how much?
$3,000.
And you took some of that money and you put it as a down payment for a Jeep?
Yes, ma'am.
And that was in 2022?
Yes.
What year Jeep did you buy?
A 2016 Jeep Grand Cherokee.
And how much was it?
$11,000.
How much did you put down?
$1,500.
And so you kept the other $1,500. You sold it for $3,000. You sold the car he had given you for $3,000, took $1,500 of that, put it down. Don't say anything. I just want to know if I'm following this. Put it down on a nicer car, a Jeep, with a loan. And then you didn't pay that loan and that car got repossessed.
Yes, ma'am.
And then, Ms. Harvey, you evidently were still in contact with the defendant and let him know that you didn't have a car.
Yes, ma'am.
So he let you borrow the Focus.
No, ma'am. I took possession of the vehicle and continued payments on it.
How did you take possession of it?
Wait
just a second. Let's start with, when did you take possession of it? Month and year. That's after he already gave you $3,000, at least $3,000 worth of merchandise for your interest in the car. So tell me when you took the car back.
I would say in the early...
Well, when did you go? You went to his house? How did you get the car back?
I met with him at his home, and we went to another dealership to give me the Ford, and he purchased a Mitsubishi. And I took possession of the Ford after we left the dealership with the Mitsubishi.
Well, that sounds like you're pretty chummy if he gave you back. What do you want?
Hi, I just wanted to say that I was present for the interaction when he gifted her the Beetle. During that interaction, what it was that her mother had passed away. She expressed that she could no longer make the payments. He said, I'll take the car back and continue payments, and I won't leave you without transportation so she can continue to get to work. And he gave her the Beetle.
He gave her an expensive car, which she subsequently sold, bought a car that she didn't make payments on that was repossessed. He's very smart for not letting...
She informed him that that was her intention with the vehicle.
Who cares? Sit.
Reina Carreño Harvey claims her ex-boyfriend, Hector Diaz, is responsible for stealing her car. Hector is countersuing Reina for locksmith costs and attorney fees.
Just so that we're all clear, you bought a car together, you broke up. You invested some money in the car, he invested some money in the car. When you broke up, he kept the car, the Ford Focus, and he gave you a car which you subsequently sold for $3,000, bought yourself a new car with a loan which you didn't pay, which got repossessed. And you're telling me he gave you the other car, the Focus. Is that what you're telling me? He gave you the Focus.
He gave me the Volkswagen and he...
No, gave you back the Focus.
Yes, gave me back the Focus,
Gave
yes.
you back the Focus after your Jeep had been repossessed.
Yes, ma'am.
That would make him the dumbest man in the world. That would make him really stupid. Month and year. Did she give me the month and year 2022? Was it 2022 or 2023?
It was 2022 when I got my Jeep. Yeah,
Oh, so it was 2023 when he came and took the Focus back.
Yes.
And how long had it been in your possession? The second time when he says he loaned it to you because you said you didn't have any transportation. How long had it been in your possession?
Since after my Jeep got repossessed.
Just a second. Give me the month and year that your
July of 2022.
So in July of 2022, he gave you the Focus?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that correct, Mr. Diaz? Doesn't sound right to me. No.
We discussed the use of the Ford Focus in December, towards the middle of December 2022, and she had it until October of 2017 of 2023, which is whenever I went back and...
Just a second. Tell me what the discussion was in December of 2022.
For her to use the vehicle so she had a means of transportation, and then in me doing that, of course, I would go and purchase another vehicle so I would have a means of transportation. And
I mean, were you dating? Mr. Diaz, were you still dating at that time?
No, ma'am, not at that time.
How often did you see each other?
We still had communication through text and everything since.
Okay, I assumed you still liked her.
Yeah, to some degree, yes.
Yeah, I assume so. Okay, so in December of 2022, we discussed her taking the car and using it until...
December 2022.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
How long was she going to use it?
Until she could save enough to purchase a vehicle or otherwise.
Okay, and she would make the payments on it?
Yes, ma'am.
From January 2023?
2023, yes, ma'am. And
January 2023 until...
October 2023, yes, ma'am. But I was ahead on payments because I was paying more than the minimum. So she didn't have to make a payment until February of 2023, and she paid up to September of 2023.
Okay, and what were the payments on the car?
$238 and 10 cents.
So far, is that correct?
No, ma'am.
You said no, man. You want to listen very carefully. He's got very clear records. He said you didn't have to make your first payment until February 2023.
In January.
January what?
Of 2023.
January what? January
when the
1st,
bill was due.
January 1st, January 31st, January 15th.
The 22nd of the month is when the bill was due.
Okay, so he had made the payments up until the end of January.
Yes.
And you made the payments until when?
From January until September, but I was going to pay October, but he took the car back before I could make the payment.
Okay, you didn't make the payment and he took the car back.
No, ma'am.
Just a second. What was the payout on the car? Because your answer says, Mr. Diaz, that you paid off the car.
Yes, ma'am. The final payoff amount was $6,873.99.
When did you pay that, sir?
October 11th of 2023.
Okay, so now you've paid off the car.
Yes, ma'am.
And tell me why you paid off the car, Mr. Diaz.
Because we had it was an ongoing thing where she was trying to refinance the car in her name and not really pay me for any advancements that I made on the payment, any progress that I made on the payment. So I didn't want to take my name off the title without being offered something back because I was ahead on the loan up to that point. So when around that in October, where we had it was an argument that really wasn't relating to the vehicle, but the vehicle dragged me into it.
Of course. So you had an argument. What was the argument about?
It was about kind of just in general spending habits and.
No, you have to explain that to me. What do you have to do with spending habits of each other's?
Well, I was also paying for the insurance from December 2022 forward. So I added her as a driver.
Okay, so she paid the payment on the car.
Yes, ma'am.
Which is $200, $200 and some odd dollars a month, and you paid for the insurance.
Yes, ma'am. But she paid me, I think, a month or two of those. And then from there, she either wasn't able to make a payment or didn't make a payment for the insurance.
So you had the use of the car from late January of 2023 until September of 2020.
Until October 17th, the day that he took the car.
Okay. And so you had the use of a car for a relatively inexpensive cost, a couple of $100s a month. You couldn't rent a car for a couple of $100s a month. And it's clear that the person who spent, if you had to take apart the loan, the person who spent most money on this car is him, right? But I don't even have to get there. I would like to hear your theory. Why in the world would he give you a $3,000, at least a $3,000 gift after you broke up of a Volkswagen, and he kept the car, if not as in for a settlement of whatever you put in up until that time into the Ford Focus? Give me a reason.
It wasn't for a settlement, ma'am. He did it out of kindness of his heart, as well as he still loved me. And he gave me the vehicle so I would have a way to go to work.
Okay,
and
so
transportation.
Ms. Harvey, you have no case. Your case is dismissed. Now he's got a counterclaim. He's got the car?
Yes,
you have the car?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Is it solely in your name?
No, ma'am. The title, when I paid it off, the title came in, so it still has both on the title.
Can I see the title, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I also have lost wages from him taking the car from me since October.
That's your problem. You're a grown woman.
Reina Carreño Harvey is accusing her ex-boyfriend, Hector Diaz, of trespassing and stealing her car. Hector is countersuing for locksmith costs and attorney fees.
I mean, if you took advantage of him because she still loved you, that doesn't necessarily mean you're entitled to this car or you're entitled to the lost wages because you took the car. From a layperson's perspective, Miss Harvey, what you did was you had a boyfriend, you bought a car in both your names. It was clearly designated for you as you were a couple. When you broke up, you couldn't make a decision, the two of you, as to how the car was going to get paid off so that it would be separate property. You agree that it should be separate property, right?
Yes.
Okay. Figure out where she signs over this title.
Your Honor.
Put your hand down. I'm not listening to you.
That's fine.
Unless you tell me what law school you graduated from.
Harvard.
Really? Really? Is that just a wise-ass remark?
No.
Really? When did you graduate from Harvard?
Was your comment about law school a wise remark?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now you can leave.
Thank
Put
you.
her out. There is no question in my mind that in an attempt to resolve the issue of the car, when you broke up, he kept the car, he made the payments, he gave you a car that was a perfectly reasonable running car that you elected to sell to buy yourself a nicer car. Irresponsible? Absolutely, because you bought a car that you couldn't pay for, and that car got repossessed. And if what you're telling me is you knew that he still cared about you, so he said to you, well, I'm going to give you the car, and I'm going to pay the whole thing off.
He paid the whole car off spitefully. No one asked him to pay for the car, car off.
Just a second, madam. You were overreaching. Unless there's something about this whole relationship that I think it's on the bottom that she signs it.
That's for a lien holder, so I'm not sure.
No,
I believe she was signed the back as seller. To
Just a second.
Remove her name.
You know where?
Yes, ma'am. And then also I have the form for so that I can apply for in Texas for.
Yeah, she's going to sign both. Where do you come from, by the way?
I'm from San Diego, California, and we both live in Texas now.
You both live in Texas?
Yes.
Okay.
There was three.
He's
He
gonna
may
make
want to
it-
show her where to.
What?
He may want to
Just
show
a
her where to
second.
sign.
Kevin, he's going to make an X where she has to sign on both forms.
You have a pin for me? Yes. Thank you, sir.
I haven't signed many titles in my time.
Ms. Harvey, sign it. Both documents. Turn the documents to the defendant, Kevin.
Thank you, sir.
Now you paid off the car and now you own it.
Yes, ma'am.
You have a counterclaim. And the counterclaim is the cost of reclaiming the car and the locksmith cost to change the key.
Yes, ma'am.
You got the car back, sir. That was your primary concern. The car is now yours.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
The plaintiff paid for, in effect, her monthly use of the car. She got her equity in the car with the 2014 Volkswagen, which she elected to sell.
Right.
Fair. So I don't think it's quite reasonable for her to have to pay your fees to repossess the car.
Understood.
Or even the attorney that you discussed the situation with.
Yes, ma'am.
So your counterclaim is dismissed. We're finished here.
Thank you.
This court is adjourned. This way, please.
I think what I presented to the judge was true and accurate.
I'm real happy with the decision. I think her lawsuit was frivolous to begin with, and overall justice was served.
Hector gave me the vehicle as a gift. I did make payments on the vehicle as well as have lost wages because of this.
She was trying to title jump essentially, or not register the car in her name or not have the pay. So she tried to claim it as a gift, but in the state of Texas, that doesn't go that way.
That he has my back, that he was going to be my protector and my solid ground to getting everything going.
Ultimately, yes, I do think that she was trying to benefit from the situation.
We have completely different personalities, yeah. So I'm a little bit more adventurous. He's very much stay in the house, and I mean, you can't choose who you love.
No, I'm happy to get the car back.
I think this was a really good lesson to young people, old people, anybody, that free and clear is always better than debt.
Than encumbered.
Yeah, than encumbered. And I think that she had the Volkswagen that he gave her free and clear. No liens, no debt, no payments to be made, no loans. And if I were her, I would have saved as much money as I could during that time. There was no claim that the car was defective or not running properly or a hazard in any way. I would have driven that car for as long until the wheels fell off to save money if I wanted a different car. I wouldn't go 2 weeks later, trade it in for a low value to get a car that I thought was flashier or nicer or whatever for to encumber yourself with more debt. And then default on that loan, and now you have no car. So I think, hindsight's 20/20 for her, but she should have just stuck with that car that was free and clear, and I don't know why she would have encumbered herself with more debt when she had this opportunity to save as much money as she could and potentially buy a car without a loan.
Yeah,
so
well, you're absolutely, you're right. But I think she felt as if she had a sucker.
Sure. It's a good lesson, though. It'll bite you in the butt once, and you won't do it again.
That's right. So you were going to go into her space, make and sell your CBD's infused ice cream.
CBD and THC, Your Honor.
And you still have his ice cream equipment. Correct.
We had a fallout, so.
And you're saying, I want my equipment back.
I just want the value. I don't want the equipment anymore.
I don't care what you want. You've been eating too much ice cream.
This is Judy Justice. Kyle Bishop is suing his former business partner, Bridget Pinder, for the return of ice cream equipment.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Judge, case 3137, Bishop versus Pinder.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Mr. Bishop, you and Ms. Pinder are both in the business of products that contain CBD.
CBD and THC, Your Honor.
CBD and what?
THC.
You have to tell me what that is. Some people don't know.
It's a cannabis derivative.
That's good for what?
It's good for pain management, sleep, stuff like that.
And your particular specialty was CBD's infused ice cream.
Correct.
And you take that for pain management.
You can.
What else do you take it for?
You can take it recreationally, too, if you want.
Just to be happy?
Just to be happy.
It would seem to me that that's why you would take ice cream.
Sure.
Just to be happy. How long have you been involved in that business?
Since 2018, Your Honor.
Just my own curiosity. How'd you get involved in the ice cream part of CBDs?
It was basically just a fun way to infuse the CBD or THC.
And how do you buy the CBDs? Does it come in a box?
It comes in a distillate. So it's comes in a liter jar.
A liquid?
Yep.
And where do they get that from?
They extract it from the plant itself.
And you buy it from a company?
Yeah, yep, the extraction company, yep.
Where are they located?
In Oregon.
Must be a good business.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and you invested in this ice cream machinery.
Mm-hmm.
I assume there's no difference between the ice cream machinery to make ice cream.
No, none at all.
And the one to make ice cream infused with CBD.
None.
Okay? When did you purchase the equipment?
So the freeze dryer was purchased on February 22nd of 23. That was just one of the machines, one of the three.
And how much was that machine?
That machine was exactly $2,904.02.
Okay.
But there's also interest on it, because I'm doing a payment plan on it.
Just tell me what the second piece of equipment was.
Sure. And that would be a winter ice cream machine.
Okay, when did you purchase that?
This one was purchased on January 9th of 22. That was the second ice cream machine that I have.
And the third one?
I don't have the exact date, but I do have proof of purchase.
What was the year?
22.
Did you buy it from a private party?
Yes.
Okay. And how much was that?
That was $250.
Okay. And the one that you bought on January 9th, 2022 was how much?
$300.
$34.54 is what you paid for the equipment.
Correct.
You have any loans out on the equipment?
I do. Yep.
And that would be on the one you purchased in 2023?
Correct.
And how much is left on that?
I actually don't know. I just keep making payments on it.
When was the last time you made a payment on it?
This month.
Now, Ms. Pinder, you're in the same business, and what I gather was he leased some space and then he had some trouble in his space. You used to be in that space, and you were moving into new space.
We were already in new space.
You were already in new space, and he asked you if he could move his ice cream equipment over to your space and sell stuff out of your space.
Correct. We were going to collaborate. I'm sorry.
And when was that?
That was in July of 2023.
And that was the plan. He had his ice cream infused, and you are involved in CBDs. What kind? What do you sell?
So we grow, process, and make all of our own products. So we have a hemp farm where we grow all of our own hemp, and then we process it ourselves. So we get an oil, rosin out of our plant, and then we take that and we use that in our products. We were going to collaborate with Kyle on an ice cream product, and that is how we ended up
So she would supply the liquid?
No, she didn't supply anything.
No, she would.
Sorry.
I didn't say she did. I said if you're going to collaborate, were you going to buy your product from her?
We could, yes.
I actually did supply. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, that sounds like a collaboration.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. I mean, if she processes her own liquid.
Right, but it's more cost effective to buy it in bulk the way I was doing it versus making it.
So how were you going to collaborate with her?
It was going to be a 50-50 partnership between the profit made.
So you were going to go into her space, make and sell your ice cream.
Right.
And she would get half the profit.
Right.
In exchange for your rent. Is that the deal?
We didn't have a deal on rent or anything.
Okay, so you didn't have a deal on rent, but you were going to split profits on his product.
Correct.
Okay, and there was a kerfuffle between the two of you when?
About July 26th, 2023.
And you were no longer collaborating after that?
Correct.
And you still have his ice cream equipment in your store?
Correct. And the reason that I have his ice... Oh, okay.
And that's what he wants back?
Well, no, actually I do. I just want the value. I don't want the equipment anymore.
I don't care what you want.
Sure.
You want your equipment back.
Well, actually, I want the value of the equipment.
She's not going to pay you for the equipment. If I rule that she has to give it back to you, she's going to give it back to you. You got to go pick it up from wherever it is. Okay.
Bishop claims his former business partner, Bridget Pinder, is wrongfully withholding his ice cream equipment. Bridget is countersuing for the cost of CBD products and defamation.
Now, there's a theory that you're holding on to his equipment, that he has some of your product.
Yes, ma'am.
So in effect, what you did was put a lien on his equipment, even though you didn't put a lien on it.
Correct.
You have to return his equipment.
Okay.
And you have 5 days to do that. You go there if you need to go there with a sheriff or a marshal. We'll put that in the order.
I've already done that once. I've already done that once, Your Honor.
Well, now you do it with an order. 5 days, you pick up your equipment. Okay. Now, you paid $34.54 for the equipment. Would you mind telling me why you're suing for $7,000?
Basically for damages done to the business as well.
What damages?
Loss in profit and wages.
How do you know that? What proof do you have of that?
I can't sell any product, Your Honor.
What proof do you have of what you could sell?
I do have other clientele that would purchase.
How do I know that? You get your equipment back.
Okay.
Be happy. Now, she has a counterclaim. She says you have some of her product.
I do.
First, how did you come into possession of her product?
We agreed upon the old space that we were both currently at. It was a 60-40 split.
Just a minute. You mean in your old place that you left?
Yes, yep.
Before you left the old space, she gave you some of her product for you to sell.
Right. And then I still owed on that product after closing.
Did you have a written contract?
No.
How did you keep track of what she had given you to sell?
We would basically just do it through the POS system.
The what?
The POS system, point of sales.
On my end, I would keep track of every time I would bring product out to the store or one of my employees would bring product. And then I also have copies of my wholesale books and my lists, if you would like, so that you can see how much things cost. And
Mr. Bishop, I'd like you to take a look at this and see if this represents a fair and accurate representation of the product that Ms. Pinder gave you to sell on consignment.
These are the correct products, but not the quantity.
Do you have what the quantity is?
I do not.
Well, why don't you keep it? I mean, you're in business. If you don't have it and she has it, then I must rely on what she has. Mr. Bishop, you got to stop eating all that ice cream, sir.
No, I do have conversations.
You eat up all the product, you know, you're not in business anymore. So where is all of her product?
It's in storage right now.
How long has it been in storage?
About 4 months.
What's the exact date it went into storage?
I don't know, Your Honor.
July was when he left his store. So
it was actually May 11th was the last day, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm sorry, May 11th was his last day. And our products are not very shelf stable. They have about 6 months to a year shelf stability. So those products would not be viable anymore.
Tell me, Mr. Bishop, how come you put the products in storage in May?
That's just because we're transferring over to a new spot. Well, trying to anyway. And then we're just continually trying to find a new spot.
Well, what happened with her spot?
We had a fallout, so.
He was never coming to my new spot. His old spot is where that I was in prior to him renting it. So we've never been in business together. We've never had like a spot or anything like that together.
But that was the plan.
No, it was not.
That was the plan.
The plan was for him to make ice cream in our processing facility, but not for us to ever share storefront together.
So his ice cream equipment was placed by him in your processing facility, not the store?
Correct.
So he never really used it to make ice cream?
No, I asked him multiple times in multiple text messages to come in and make the product because we were supposed to be making a product together. And he would always give me excuses like, I don't have gas money, I can't get there today, this and that. And then the product not being viable, we also went back and forth with that. I kept asking him to make something with a longer shelf life, things like that. So that didn't happen.
May I see some of the text messages?
Yeah.
And then I'd like you to tell me.
So these are in order. This is from where we were talking in July 26th. So this is me asking for my products back. Maybe we'll start with that. I don't know. I don't know if you want the whole thing.
Yeah, okay. I want everything. The defendant said to you, I'll need my products back and money you owe me first. I assume you asked for your ice cream equipment.
Correct.
I've been asking you for weeks when you're coming in, and you didn't, so now I don't have time. Well, how much did you owe her in July? Mr. Bishop, you clearly, based upon all of these messages, owe her money.
Correct.
And you owe her some serious money in July. And what you're doing is saying to her, listen, I'm not doing well right now, so you got to stop stressing me. You're asking her to be like your mother. I owe you money, but don't talk to me about that now because I'm very stressed.
It was only
and I have to make money, and I need my freezer equipment to make money, and you won't give it to me. That's what you're saying to her. Now, he says to you, I know I owe you $700, and it's just frustrating that the faucet just shut off. Trust me, I know. But we need to work together on this to make it work. There is a spot in Glencoe for $800, all utilities with a small kitchenette. And only asking for 1 year's rent, I can sell things and do DoorDash to meet that.
The $700, Your Honor, that was for product he had sold in the store, not for the product of mine that he still has. So I
Okay,
agree
so
that
that's what he-
yeah, he was
so
selling our
that's-
products.
That's not right, Your
So
Honor.
that was the
Just a second.
$700 that he had sold that he owed us
Okay,
from
well, he's-
selling the product, but he still has all of my other products in storage.
He has other
Yes,
inventory.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Bishop, I'm reading all these messages, and it appears that you said to her, I owe you $700.
Correct.
Now, in my rudimentary business mind, that means that is not materials that you had of hers that are currently in storage, but materials that you sold and were her part of the profits. You said it was a 60-40 split in the old store.
That was for the collaboration we were going to do.
No, that's for what you sold already. That's for what you sold and you didn't pay her.
But there's no way I have $10,000 worth of product. There's absolutely.
Well, but you see, I don't know that because you just took it and didn't keep inventory. You just took it. Gimme. I want to make some ice cream.
Has accused his former business partner, Bridget Pinder, of refusing to return his ice cream equipment. Bridget is countersuing, claiming Kyle owes for the cost of CBD products.
So my question to you, Mr. Bishop, is how much money did you owe her?
Only $700, Your Honor.
I want you to show me how you get to that figure.
Sure.
Your Honor, that was this.
There's her. Excuse me, sir.
What you're showing me is $700 that you already owe her for products that you sold.
Right, but that's all that was owed.
Well, what's in storage?
It's about like $500 worth of product. It's not much.
That's not what she says.
Right, that's what she said.
Why didn't you give it back to her?
I mean, we tried talking. I even brought a cop for a civil standby. We couldn't really work it out.
What do you mean you couldn't work it out? Why don't you just give her back all the products that you had back in July? They were still good.
Well, I was going to sell those in my new spot. I thought I was going to get a new spot by next month, but that never panned out, unfortunately.
Well, that's not her fault.
Right.
You kept stuff that didn't belong to you.
Right. But I do have text messages saying that I was going to sell that in the new spot.
But you didn't.
Well, I can't.
Why?
Because I don't have a new spot.
Well, that's not her fault.
Right. No, I know it's not.
You've been eating too much ice cream, Mr. Bishop. Try chicken and fish. It'll help you out a lot. It's good for your brain.
Your Honor.
What?
He's also been defaming us on social media and YouTube, which I have copies of. He also has product with our logo on them still on his Facebook page that we've asked him to take down multiple times, which he hasn't, and he laughs at us about.
May I see?
Yeah. The picture of the YouTube, Your Honor, is him sharing our text messages that I gave you on YouTube, calling us thieves.
Okay. I was saying if you don't want to see the picture on the front page of the New York Times, don't take the picture. And if you don't want to see something republished, don't send a text message about it because it can be republished. I don't know what this means. Can you get away with stealing? Hashtag law, hashtag education. What is that?
The content of that was actually a guy stealing a watch and then the state pressing charges against the guy that stole. So telling her basically that the state would press charges against her for stealing my stuff.
But taking my business in it.
She actually should not have retained your stuff without the intervention of a court, but that's why we're here now, sir.
Correct.
And the defendant says that the value of the merchandise that you have is not, as you speculate, $500 or whatever, but more in the neighborhood of, she says, thousands of dollars, because you're suing for a congregate amount of $10,000. You break that up in product and in defamation. Now, you have a fixed amount that I can see of what products you gave him, when, and your cost on them. Do you have that?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see it.
It's on the back sheet of the one that I gave you, 11,000, the one that looks like this, Your Honor.
Okay. You asked him for his stuff.
I did.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember what he told you?
He told me that he was going to be getting a new space and that he was going to sell my stuff in his new space. So I asked him multiple times for my things back because I know that they're not going to do well in a storage space. I even told him, give them back to me And I will give you new stuff when you open your new
That's
space.
not true, Your Honor.
It is true, Your Honor. That's what
There's no text messages saying that.
No, I told that to him.
It really doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, because I wanted him to succeed. I'm in the part of our huge part of our community.
That's not true, Your Honor.
And
Don't interrupt her.
I wanted him to succeed. I want a lot of people to succeed, and so I try to help others in our community, and that's what I was trying to do here, Your Honor.
She actually had a lobbyist group make my product illegal. I don't know how that's helping me.
Mr. Bishop, let me ask you this question. You're coming to court today asking for the return of your equipment.
Correct. But now I can't even make the product because it's illegal now.
Because it's illegal.
Correct. She made it illegal.
Wow. She's not a legislator. She may have lobbied to make it illegal, but she's not a legislator.
Well, no, she used a group called...
I don't care, Mr. Bishop. You have to understand. I don't care. What I'm saying to you is you're coming into a court of equity and you're saying, I want my equipment back, which I can still use because it's equipment. And
well, I
Ms.
can't
Pinder,
use it to make
I'm not, I don't care what you use it for. You can use it to make ice cream, so you just can't make it with CBD infused ice cream.
Correct.
Make as much ice cream as you like. And as far as the defendant is concerned, if you can't make CBD infused ice cream, she has no use for the equipment.
Correct.
Except to sell it. But if you can't use it, is that right?
Correct.
If you can't use it, then you really don't want it back.
Correct.
Then I'm not going to give it to you back.
Okay.
And I'm going to take off the value based upon what you owe her because she can't use the product anymore. Its shelf life is gone and you've retained it. Do you understand?
Correct.
So she says the value of her product is $11,000. My court maximum is 10. She's got the equipment that you can't use. I don't know what she can sell it for. You paid $3,000 for the equipment. You have $10,000 worth of stuff that you can no longer use because he's retained it in storage. Sell whatever you can of his ice cream equipment.
Okay.
I'm awarding you $7,000 on your counterclaim.
Thank you, Judge.
The plaintiff's claim is dismissed. On the counterclaim, $7,000. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Adjourned.
We just had a disagreement, unfortunately. We had a bit of a falling out, so.
He wouldn't show up to make the product. The shelf life on the product was not long enough, and it wasn't reliable.
They put in law that my ice cream is now illegal, so.
We did not do that. We did not get anything banned. We worked really hard to get THC legalized in Minnesota, and that's what we did.
Oh, we're just going to move forward.
We will never work with him in the future.
I should have asked whether these products that contain the CBDs that she sells, that he took and has in storage, I wonder if they have an expiration date.
A lot of them do. I think it's a plant derivative. Sometimes, balms or salves that have CBD in them do all have an expiration date
on it.
Just because they do come from a plant derivative, so they have some form of expiration
date. Yeah, you see that, when products that you buy in the grocery store.
It sounded
best
accurate
used by.
when she said 6
that
months to a
expires 6
year
months.
around.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would have been a good question.
I had finished the piece, and when I woke up in the morning, the painting had clearly been clawed up by the cat.
You chose to go there. You knew that there was a cat there.
I was assured the cat would not be able to get up on the counter.
Why didn't it go in a closet?
I don't know.
This is Judy Justice. Artist Tara Rule is suing Timothy Reedy for property damage due to his negligence.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Case 3136, Rule versus Reedy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. Rule, are you an artist by profession?
Yes.
Is that how you earn a living?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any other job? Your complaint is this. You allege that the defendant, with whom you briefly dated, is responsible for the loss of a piece of artwork that you had done on commission.
That's correct, Your Honor.
So let me get a little background. You were commissioned to do, according to your complaint, a painting for whom?
A photographer that I know. They were going to use it as like a background piece for, I don't know, some kind of photography thing he was doing. I don't know exactly what it was for, but.
Had you ever done any work for him before?
No.
And you were given certain instructions by this person?
Correct.
You agreed on a price, which was?
$4,000.
And according to your complaint, he gave you, it was a he, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
He gave you $2,000 to begin the work.
Correct.
Then you were almost finished with the work, and he gave you the other $2,000.
That is correct, Your Honor.
And you have proof of those payments with you to show me.
I do.
May I see them, Kevin, while we're continuing with the case? And I'd like you to tell me during what period of time you did this work?
The initial conversation that I had with the client was on December 1st, and I actually ended up finishing the piece on December 9th. The incident happened...
Just a second.
Sorry.
You finished the painting on the 9th, so it took you about a week.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. When were you supposed to deliver the painting, or was he going to pick it up?
I was going to drop off the painting to him on February 1st.
During what period of time were you and Mr. Reedy dating?
Not for very long, from approximately the 21st of January until the incident.
Which happened on?
The 1st of February.
Now you can tell me what happened.
I had finished the piece and...
May I see it, please, by the way?
Yeah, certainly.
I assume you have photographs of it. I assume you sent it to the purchaser.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
It's an oil on canvas?
That's correct, it's oil. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I had finished the piece and I brought it over to the defendant's house because the defendant lived closer to the client.
On the 1st?
The day before. I was spending the night.
Okay. So you arrived at the defendant's home. Tell me what kind of home he has.
An apartment with a roommate. Small 2-bedroom.
Go ahead.
The defendant has a cat. She's a kitten, so she's a little bit rambunctious.
Had you spent the night at the defendant's before?
That's correct, Your Honor.
You had?
Yes.
How many times?
Maybe about 6 or 7 times.
And the kitten had always been there?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead.
I had some concerns about the kitten getting into the painting upon arriving. It wasn't something I really thought about too much until I got there. So the defendant and I decided to put the painting up on a counter because the kitten can't really get up on the counter. There's a bunch of stuff on the counter. So we figured if we put it kind of further back, kitten would not be able to get to it, and that would keep it protected overnight. I don't know.
Why didn't it go in a closet?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know, Your Honor.
It seemed to me that if you really wanted to protect it, you would put it in a closet.
The closets that I was aware of were blocked off by items.
You mean there were things in the closet?
Outside of the closet.
You mean you couldn't get into a clothing closet? Where did you put your clothes? You spent the 6 or 7 nights there. Where do you hang your clothes?
I would put them in a reusable grocery bag and leave them on the floor.
Okay, great. Go ahead.
So I don't know exactly what transpired, but something happened in the middle of the night where the defendant moved the piece, I guess, to get something, and placed it on the floor, kind of propped up against a wall, and didn't put it back on the counter. And when I woke up in the morning, the paper that I had on the outside of the painting to protect it had clearly been clawed up by Nina, the cat, and the painting itself was torn.
And you returned the money?
I did. I talked to the client.
Sorry? You had to return the money?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
What'd you do with this painting, by the way?
I actually destroyed it, and I used the wood frame for something else.
Do you want my version of events?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, it's basically the same, but I didn't move the painting. I didn't touch the painting. I never touched it.
It was on the counter.
It was on the counter.
Have a photograph of the counter? No.
I don't have a photo. I have a photograph of my cat.
No, I don't care about the cat.
You don't care about the cat? She's a cute cat.
I care about the cat. I care about the cat. It's not that I don't care about the cat. I'm not engaged with the cat. It has, other than the fact that it's a kitten and that it destroyed the painting, I'm not interested in seeing a picture of the cat. Why do you think it's his responsibility? It's your responsibility. He doesn't have any responsibility with regard to your work. You're a big grown-up person. You want to protect your work. You leave it in the car, lock it in the trunk, put it in a closet. Why is it his responsibility? Maybe his roommate moved it. And even if they did, it's their apartment. It's your responsibility to keep your property safe.
First of all, may I just say that the defendant and I had conversations about the fact that he did, in fact, move the painting.
Okay.
And that it wasn't his roommate. But furthermore, the discussion that I had with the defendant was like, I'm concerned about the painting. He was, I thought, sharing that concern. And it was assured to me that nothing would happen to it. While at his home, he's responsible for his cat.
No, he's not. You're responsible to take care of your painting.
Artist Tara Rule claims Timothy Reedy owes for property damage after his cat destroyed her painting.
You brought it into the house. He didn't assume a bailment of that painting.
I didn't want to leave it.
You're a guest. If you didn't want to leave it in the car, it was your choice to go to his house. Listen, Miss Rule, you know that he's got a kitten. You've been there 6 or 7 times before. I believe the word she used was rambunctious.
She did, rambunctious.
That the kitten you knew was rambunctious. You also knew that the kitten had claws. You knew that sufficiently so that you said to yourself, oh, gee, where can we put this so that the kitten can't get it? Well, having been a cat person at one time in my life, they can get anywhere. How old is this kitten?
About 6 months.
6 months, they can get anywhere. I had a cat whose name was Shirley, along with about 4 other cats. But Shirley was a yenta. You know what a yenta is? A busybody, like to get in everybody else's business. And her joy when she was a kitten, maybe 6 months old, was jumping up on soffits and watching everybody, watch the other cats. Watch me, it was spooky. But you know that kittens can do damage, madam.
Certainly.
It's your responsibility. That's not his responsibility. You chose to go there. You knew that there was a cat there. You put the painting up on something. I mean, even if you put it over, turned it over so that it was face down, if the cat scratched it, it may or may not have gotten it. But I don't understand why you think it's somebody else's responsibility to take care of your property.
Well, respectfully, Your Honor, it's because we had this conversation about, you know, I was assured the cat would not be able to get up on the counter, and he moved it to keep it safe.
Oh, come on.
I wanted it there.
If you were there 6 or 7 times, you've seen the cat up on the counter.
I've never seen the cat on the counter, Your Honor.
Well, then you weren't looking
I was assured
carefully
by
enough.
the defendant that the kitten could not get on the counter.
It's your responsibility. It's not his responsibility. It's your responsibility to take care of your own things, not his. The case is dismissed. We're finished.
This court is adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you. She's the judge, so I kind of have to respect it.
I guess she decided right.
I think things could have definitely gone better with the defendant.
She was really upset. She was asking for the $4,000, and I was like, dude, what? I don't have that kind of money.
I certainly felt a bit disrespected.
Of course I feel bad about it, but at the same time, it's like, I don't have that kind of money.
He said kind of what the judge said, which is, you know, it should be my responsibility and I should have artist insurance.
Oh, we don't talk anymore.
We're not seeing each other anymore.
It's the cat.
You do know that there was a time in my life when I was a cat person.
I do know this.
Lasted for about a year, which time we sort of accumulated. I think 5 or maybe 6 cats.
Yeah, with a son who was very allergic to cats at the time, I think.
Well, I wasn't sure whether he was allergic or...
You're testing the theory.
Oh, testing a theory.
Yeah.
And then my whole immune system broke down.
And then you became allergic to
I
cats.
became allergic to cats. But I remember Ziggy, Zoe, Zookie, Spike, Diva, and Shirley.
Wow, what a pack.
What a pack. And that Shirley was a real nosy body. While everybody was eating, she would wait and make sure everybody ate. And then she came down by herself. She said, all right, now it's my turn. I want to eat alone. So they have personality. But they do jump around and they can get wherever they want to get when they're 6 months old.
Yep. Accidents happen.
She's a talented lady. Yeah. That was beautiful painting.
It was.
Case 3125, Halstead versus First. All parties, please come forward.
Paul Halstead is suing his ex-girlfriend, Kayla First, for the return of a cat and money from an online fundraiser.
Mr. Halstead, for a brief period of time, you and the defendant were a romantic item and lived together for a short period of time.
Yes, that is correct.
From what I read from your complaint, you met on a dating app in February of 2022.
Yes.
And how much thereafter did you move in together?
I would say maybe like 3-4 months.
So maybe in June.
That sounds accurate.
Now, when you met in February of 2022, did you have the 2 cats that are at issue in this case?
So actually I had 3 cats, which I do still all have.
Just a second.
Oh.
I'm going to do this my way.
Okay.
February of 2022, you had 3 cats.
Correct.
What were their names?
We have Dumpling.
When was Dumpling purchased?
Purchased in July 24th, 2018.
Before you knew the defendant?
Yes.
And you don't deny that?
No, ma'am.
And the other cat, next cat?
Bellatrix, were purchased her the year before, so it'd be 2017 in approximately November.
Okay. Also, before you knew her.
Yes.
Third cat.
Is Ouija, where she was purchased in July of 2020.
Also before you knew the defendant.
Yes.
Did you have any cats prior to February of 2022?
I did not.
So this is what the case is about. It didn't work out. You moved in together in June of 2022, and you moved out on what date?
It would be middle of October of last year.
So you lived together for approximately a year and a half.
Yes.
And when you split, it is your claim that the defendant took your cat Dumpling.
Yes.
And that not only did she take your cat Dumpling, but at some point either after or before, she started a GoFundMe page for what you categorize as future surgery for the cat.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
And people actually gave you money for this future surgery for the cat. Did. Yeah. How much money did they give you?
It was approximately $383.
You want your cat back and any money that she collected from the GoFundMe page?
That is correct.
That's what the case is about.
Yes.
Okie dokie. Well, the money you don't get.
Oh, no, that's 100% fine.
The money you don't get.
Yeah,
I can't think of a theory where you would be entitled to the money.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the cat. Let's talk about that, how that happened. Tell me, Ms. First, about the breakup. When did that occur? And the circumstances surrounding you taking his cat.
Yes, so this would have been in October, early October. I already had kind of throughout my head, I already started a breakup letter due to, honestly, the lack of communication within the relationship.
Okay, good.
And then from
I'm not
there...
a therapist, I'm a
yes,
lawyer.
Paul Halstead claims his ex-girlfriend, Kayla First, is wrongfully keeping his cat. Kayla says he agreed to give her the cat.
Okay, go ahead.
I had come home from work the one evening to...
What evening?
I'm not sure of the date at this time, but it was within the first week of October.
Okay.
And then from there, when I'm coming home, I saw Halstead on the couch to then Dumpling barely coming out, dragging herself over to me when she had then collapsed in front of me. From there, I went into hysterics and I had questioned Halstead if he had even noticed her and her state of that evening, and he said no. I then frantically kind of went around and I asked him to please take me to the emergency vet. To where I finally got there with her.
Just a second. Did you go together to the emergency vet?
Yes, we did.
So you went together to the emergency vet. Who drove?
I did.
Okay. Did she remain in the emergency room or go home with you that evening?
She went home with us.
Then what happened?
The lack of empathy he had, and the fact that during when we were at the emergency vet, I had forgotten my wallet, and he huffed and puffed and was not very happy that he had to
I don't
pay
care.
for it.
Happy. He paid the vet bill.
Yeah.
He paid the vet bill?
Yes.
Let us move on. Do you remember, by the way, how much the vet bill was?
It was $1,700.
Just a minute. So he paid $1,700
Yes.
to have his cat seen in the emergency room?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, keep going.
That is when I decided I no longer wanted to be.
You don't no longer want to be with him?
Yes.
Fine, good. And
for the lack of empathy he had towards her, I asked if I may keep the cat while he kept his other cat within the time, and he did agree that I have in text that I was allowed to keep her throughout this breakup.
Okay, well, I'd like to see the text.
Here's the one.
What was the rest of your message, Paul? Hope you were doing okay. I wanted to talk to you about something important. I've been thinking about doing a lot of things.
That was the start of the breakup letter I had to send him.
Okay, but his message did not follow this.
That was exactly my thought of how confusing it was.
Well, that's very confusing to me. That's
exactly what he sent me after I sent him a very elongated, very kind letter.
I don't know what it says. Did you allow her to keep your cat Dumpling?
I did not. So I actually have the response tag.
May I see it, please?
Yes.
That doesn't sort of make sense. This one says, okay, you can keep Dumpling, and I will send you $400 later. And this one says, you can't. I'm taking both cats with me. I just spent over $1,700 on Dumpling, who you say I supposedly don't care about. I do not want any of the furniture. You can keep it all. Okay. So you moved.
Yes.
Okay. What makes you think you have any right to this cat?
Just because I have taken care of her. When Halstead and I first got together, he wanted to get rid of all 3 of his animals, and I took them into my home where I actually didn't allow pets. Shortly after that, he did move in with me while he continued to commute to DC for work while I took care of them all week long, besides, the 2 days that he
had them since 2008. He had the cat in question, I believe, since 2018. That is 4 years before he met you.
Yeah, and I didn't want him to give them away to, at the time, his late wife's roommates, and me taking them in. They were under my care for the entire year and a half we were together.
Who cares?
Yeah.
That doesn't make it your cat. That makes the cat a cat that was living with the 2 of you.
Yes, ma'am. And with that being said, when Halstead did come home to retrieve his belongings, he had taken everything out of the closet, took one cat and left Dumpling, and accused me for stealing her when he had taken all of the other cat's medications needed and left Dumpling. So from our conversation of being able to keep the cat, I didn't think anything from that.
I want to see.
I was coming from being chased.
There was no speeding car following you. They should have been right behind you.
I turned, and I guess maybe they kept going straight.
I guess not.
Yeah. This is Judy Justice. Andre Skates is suing motorist Melissa LaChapelle for vehicle and property damage.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Judge, case 3132, Skates versus LaChapelle.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. LaChapelle, I'm going to start with you because this case is relatively simple. You hit his parked car and moved it from the street where it was by virtue of the force of the hit onto somebody else's lawn.
Yes, ma'am.
And the date that you did that was May 1st of last year. What time of the day?
I believe it was in the afternoon.
What do you mean you believe it was in the afternoon? How many times have you hit a parked car?
My first.
Well, then I would know what time it was. Approximately what time was it on May 1st?
Around 2, 3 o'clock.
In the afternoon?
Yes.
Where were you coming from?
I was coming from being chased.
Where were you coming from?
Prior to the accident, I was just sitting in a parked car. So I was driving and I had a conference call come in, so I just pulled over so I don't drive.
You pulled over randomly. And parked where?
On Florence and Western.
How far is that from where you hit his parked car?
Maybe about a couple of miles.
Did it take you 5 minutes to get there? 10 minutes to get there? How long were you traveling?
15 minutes.
So you were driving for 15 minutes from the time your car was parked until you got to where you hit his car?
Yes, ma'am.
And what kind of car were you driving?
A Dodge Journey.
Was it your car?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it totaled as a result of this accident?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now you're going to tell me the story that you're going to tell me about the circumstances surrounding your hitting his parked car.
Well, on September 16th of 2022, I had a hair appointment. I showed up at my hairdresser and there was no show, no call. So moving forward, I set an appointment with another young lady in the salon and I got my hair done. And so when I reached to make the payment to pay her, I came across being scammed. So I explained to
Came across being?
Scammed, like someone hacked my bank account for the funds.
Okay, and you have proof of that from your bank?
No, I do not have that.
So the answer is, just a second. So the answer is, you do not have any proof as to the beginning of this story?
No, I have no proof of the bank account being hacked.
Well, but you showed the hairdresser, according to you, that your bank account had been hacked. That's why you couldn't pay her.
Correct.
Well, I'm just asking you for proof of that.
No, I don't have it on me.
So you don't have it?
No.
Well, that's easy enough to get. If your bank account was hacked, we're not talking about 30 years ago, we're talking about a year and a half ago. So you would have had that, if the story you're giving me is true. What's the name of the hairdresser? Have you ever used her since?
No, never.
No. What was the name of the hairdresser that you had an appointment with that you didn't see that day? Have you seen her since?
Not since the incident of wrecking his car. I seen her on that day.
So you haven't seen either the person you were supposed to see or the person you stiffed in September of 2022, right? And then, allegedly, on the day of this incident, you saw one of them?
Yes.
Yes. As you were sitting in a parked car where you had randomly pulled over to make a conference call. I'm just following the story. And then what you said in your answer was these people started to chase you.
They started to vandalize and attack me in my car first.
So you took off?
Yes.
Now, you had been on a conference call. Did you stop the conference call?
I did
Just a
drop
second.
the phone.
The answer is you stopped the conference call.
Yes.
But you still had your phone.
Yes.
And somebody was chasing you, according to you, for 15 minutes in your car where you were with your phone. Just want to know that.
Yes, ma'am.
Someone was chasing you.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a lot of baloney. Okay, so you hit his parked car. And this was a 1981 Oldsmobile Cutlass, is that right?
Yes.
That you had been working on, restoring. Now, when had you purchased it?
I purchased it in, when did I purchase that? It was
Just a second, the questions get harder. When had you purchased it? A month before, a week before, a year before?
2.5 years ago.
When you purchased the car, who did you purchase it from?
I don't have his last name, but I have it in my phone. But his name was Jose, and he was from San Diego, and that's where I purchased it from.
And how much did you pay him for the car?
I paid him $10,000 for it.
And you also have proof of that?
Yes.
I'd like to see it.
Well, I'm gonna put it. I don't think I brought the bill of sale with me though. That sucks. I know you needed that. Do I got the bill of sale? I don't have the bill of sale. Hold on. Let me see. It's in my phone from that date. Where did it go?
Yes or no, sir? That's a very easy thing. Don't waste my time here if you don't have a bill of sale in your phone.
I don't have it in my phone.
Okay. Very good. And you don't have it there. Okay.
Andre skates, claims motorist Melissa LaChapelle owes for damages after Melissa struck his classic Oldsmobile Cutlass. Melissa says she was fleeing from a dangerous situation.
Now, you say that you were notified that your car was hit. You were either on your way to or from work. What kind of work do you do?
Security.
And you left your house. I assume it's a private house. Do you rent or do you own?
I rent.
How much do you pay in rent?
$1,000.
To whom?
To the landlord.
How do you pay him?
I pay him through Cash App.
And you were driving to work, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, what kind of car do you have?
2008 Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT.
Do you have a note on the car or do you owe it free and clear?
Yes, I do have a note on it.
And you pay for your car payment from a bank account, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'd like to see your bank account where you paid $10,000 for this car.
Oh, you'd like to see it? Oh.
Oh, yeah, I want to see that. Because I assume, if I said to you, could I see a check for the $10,000, you don't have a check.
No, because I pay cash.
Just a second. Well, you don't carry $10,000 in cash because you can transfer the cash just like you do for your landlord.
Yes,
right?
Yes. And you don't want to carry that
your car payment. So that's the way your generation, not mine, but your generation pay things. They walk over to a machine and they go like this with their phone, and it's paid. So you pay your other bills that way, sir. So you don't walk around with cash. I want to see where you had $10,000 in the bank 2 years ago.
I know you're going to ask me that. Okay.
You want to see a photo?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, Audubon Classics. So tell me how much this is. Oldsmobile Cutlass. Okay.
So they range. There's some that are very expensive, like $28,000 that I've seen that are fully restored, and then there are some like this one was $22,000. But then there's
this
some,
is the 81, yeah.
Yeah, but then there are some that were not restored that I saw for about $8,000 or $9,000.
Mm-hmm. Not restored.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. Mm-hmm. While he's looking, you have a copy of the police report?
No, we didn't have a police report because no one was injured.
That's not why you don't have a police report on that kind of an accident. Could have killed somebody. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Skates, let's go. Do you have it or do you not have it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have it. It was 2 years ago, so I got to go all the way back.
Well, you should have had it with you. You're suing her for $10,000. So all I want to see is how much you paid for the car. You say you paid $10,000.
Yeah, I know.
You don't have a bill of sale. I just want to see where you had $10,000 in the bank, and then it was paid out to Jose. You do understand, Mr. Skates, that would be on you. You have a whole bunch of papers there. You do not have a bill of sale on the car. You don't have any proof of what you paid for the car except your word that you paid $10,000 for it. It's very easy to go back and get those records. We're not talking about 30 years ago.
No.
I know. You got a whole lot of papers there that are irrelevant. And your insurance company, according to you, valued the car at $3,500 and paid you because you did have insurance on it.
Yes.
So all I want to see is what you paid for it.
No, I'm trying to.
Just a second. You have a video of this accident?
Yeah, I do.
Keep looking.
Okay. All right.
Do you have a video of this accident?
Yes, I do.
Play it. I want to see what the car looked like. Play it one more time. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. I'm just looking, by the way, Miss LaChapelle, for the people who are chasing you. Because now you hit the car, they should have been right behind you. They were chasing you, right? I'm looking at this, and now you're all slowed down because you fit a car. I don't see one car pass by there. Not a one.
Correct.
Yes, correct. Of course it's correct.
I turned, and I guess maybe they kept going straight. And then that's when I had the accident.
I guess not. Okay. Mr. Skates, I want to tell you, your exercise in exploring your phone to find proof that you paid $10,000 for this car is going nowhere. Got it?
Yes.
Now, you insured the car, correct? This old car, because it was going to have value once you restored it.
Yes.
Now, restored, the average price is about $10,000. That's what Sarah tells me, correct?
It ranges, but I could find a couple if you want.
No, it ranges 9, 10, 11. It can go anywhere around that amount, but that's fully restored, right?
Well, restored means like when that's mint condition. Like, 'cause when it's in mint condition, that's how much it would go for, like 9 or 10,000. But the features that were on the car were extra couple little features that people like on those cars, which is the stick in the floor and the T-top features that are on there. That
I
people
have
like
no idea, sir. Show me what the car looked like before she hit it.
There we go, right here. This is the one with the rims. Here goes one. Where's the other one at?
Oh, that's good looking. Now, when you bought the car, sir, was it running? Were you able to drive it back from Jose's?
No, I had to get it towed.
So when you bought it, it was not running.
No.
So you didn't pay $10,000 for it.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I don't believe that, sir. There's one car available for sale that's a 1981 Oldsmobile Cutlass that's drivable, that's $5,100, not fully restored. That's today.
That's why I was saying the features that it has on.
I don't care about the features. You bought a non-running car that had to be restored to running so that you could resell it. You hoped for a profit, but there's no way you spent $10,000 on the car, because then if you were putting in all new parts and restoring it, you would never be able to recoup your money.
Yes, you can.
No.
Can I explain? Because I put a lot of money into it, and the resale value once.
Just a second.
Okay.
So far, I don't believe that you paid $10,000 for it, not running. Now you're going to show me what you put into the car.
Okay.
You see, if you told me the truth, sir, and if the insurance company only paid you $3,500, I would have paid you what the value of a non-running car would be, plus everything that you put into it, less the $3,500 that the insurance company paid you for it. So if you have everything that you put into it, the only thing you don't have is what you paid for it. Am I correct?
Yes, you're correct on that part.
Okay, so now let me see what you put into it.
Oh.
Trey Skates has accused motorist Melissa LaChapelle of crashing into his classic Oldsmobile Cutlass. Melissa claims she was being chased by another vehicle.
Now, all of your receipts for the car parts that you purchased total $9,393. Less the $3,500 that you were paid by your insurance leaves just for the parts alone $5,893. Even if you paid $5,000 for the car, you're at $10,000. Do you understand?
Yes.
So if you had given me a figure, that I understood, because right now you want me to believe that a man who works very hard in security paid $10,000 for the car and $10,000 for parts.
Yes.
And the average range for the car is
between 9 and 18.
Between 9 and 18,000.
Yes,
to buy a restored car, and you've already put in $20,000 in the car before you sold it. And I don't even know if it was ready to be sold. Do you understand?
That's how much I was going to sell it for. It was like $20,000. That's what I was trying to explain.
Just how I understand that. You've already, if you want me to believe, sir, that you bought the car for 10, you're already at 20. So even if you sold the car for its highest price, which is 20, you'd be breaking even. That's not what you bought it for.
Well, no.
You bought it to make money.
No, I bought it to keep it, actually, because it was a sentimental value. I said I bought it to keep it because this was something that I wanted to have for a while, because this was something that was kind of sentimental to me, because we all used to ride these cars when I was younger, so it was something that I kind of enjoyed and liked, and I wanted to keep it. I wasn't planning on selling it right away once I finished.
How old are you?
44.
So what you're telling me is you remember driving around in this car when you were 2 years old?
No, in my 20s.
You know, I want to introduce you both to the truth. Hello, how are you? I understand who you are. Thank you very much. Okay, Mr. Skates, you're owed some money from her, even though you've inflated some figures. She owes you some money. Do you have any reports from the police on this?
I have the vehicle incident report.
I'd like to see it, please. Can I see just the proof from your insurance company, please, of what they paid you out on the car? And her insurance paid you, is that right?
No.
Was your insurance?
Oh, you said my insurance? Yeah, my insurance paid me, not her.
Why didn't you? Hey.
Her insurance paid me.
Put your phone down.
Oh, I have it on my email.
Why didn't your insurance pay him out?
I didn't have insurance. I was switching my insurance policy to a new company.
Oh.
And I got
So
into
just a
an
second.
accident.
So when there was a traffic report, you told the police you had AAA insurance, because that's what's in the report.
No, they asked me for my information, and that's what I told them.
Well, I said that's what you told them. You told them that you had insurance and AAA was your insurance company.
Well,
and that's a lie.
The paperwork.
Just a
that I
second.
had.
That's a lie. You told them that you had insurance and you didn't have insurance, and there was no speeding car following you.
I did not tell them I had insurance. I told them the truth. That the same thing I told you.
No, you didn't, because then they would have given you a summons for driving your car without insurance if you created the kind of an accident. Did they give you a summons? No.
No.
Okay. Some piece of work. So your policy limit was $3,500. Is that is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where is the car now?
The car?
It's not an answer. Where is the car now?
In front of my yard.
Okay, so you have it.
Yes.
And this incident took place on May the 1st.
Yes.
Why is it still at your house?
Because I plan on getting another one and rebuilding it.
So you plan on using it?
Well, I plan on using it for parts because I can't do anything else with it.
Or you plan on using it for parts, whatever it is. Do you have a photograph of it?
Yes,
now,
I do.
I'd like to take a look at it.
There's a couple more.
Oh, gee whiz.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way you can use this car. Why don't you just scrap it?
Well, because I was planning on, if I took her to court and wanted some money, I was going to try to buy another one, rebuild it, use some of the parts off of that one, and try to get my car back, you know? That's just, I mean, it's a big loss for me. But I mean, what am I going to do? I mean, that's all, only way I can see I can get back, you know?
Okay. Valuing the car at $10,000, which is $9,000 what you put into the car. I have no idea what you paid for it. You got $3,500. I'm awarding you a judgment, sir, of $6,500 against the defendant. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $6,500. We're finished here. I would have taken your license away.
This court is adjourned.
because I was running from someone chasing me for my life. It was self-defense.
That she was being chased by some girls, that they stole some hair or something like that. And I was like, well, where are they? We didn't see anybody there. If they were chasing you, why didn't they stop and come and get you? Why didn't you crash? Because that was their time to get you if they were going to get you.
Because the person was not turned down the street as me, so it is what it is.
But then she mentioned it to the judge, but didn't mention it to the police. And she said it to me because I was wondering why you were going so fast down a narrow street with a bump on it. And that's what she said, that some girls were chasing her over some hair.
I am still driving, but not that vehicle. It's totaled.
It's time to get a new one.
You know, common sense is a great indicator of truth. And I think that if the defendant's story was true, that she was being chased and harassed by these two hairdressers, you have your phone in your car. You laid it out perfectly, that you make a quick 911. You call them and you say, oh my God, these crazy people are chasing me. or none of it ever happened.
Or when you finally cause an accident like that and your car is severely damaged and there's nobody chasing you, you stop to wait for the police, and when the police finally come, because she was looking to boot out of there, you say, these women were chasing me, I know who they were. You would create a police report. Just a whole lot of who shot John. It's unbelievable to me that people could make up interesting stories. In 2022, she had one hairdresser appointment. She had
very intricate.
Very intricate. Nobody has any proof.
Yeah, they never do.
Sometimes they do, but not in fishtails like this.
Danielle Flores is suing her former friends, Priscilla Ortiz and Jessica Aguirre, for false arrest, car damages, and emotional distress.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Hello, Judge. Case 3102, Flores versus Ortiz Aguirre.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh my God, this is like a series, like a 10-part series, so I have to try to simplify it. Miss Flores, you and these two ladies used to be friends.
Correct.
And between the three of you, you have 7 children?
Altogether about, yeah.
And the three of you have been friends for a while, and on September 1st of 2022, the three of you, along with your boyfriend, were hanging out at whose house?
My house.
With all the children?
Yes.
And you had to go out for a little while, according to what you said. I don't know where. Tell me where you went.
I went to see a friend. She needed me. There was some urgent. I was gone for 30 minutes.
So you went out for a little bit. And when you came back, according to what I read, you found that your boyfriend and these two gals were drinking.
Yes.
And you and the boyfriend sort of got into it.
Correct.
Excuse me. Sorry. It's incorrect that she was only gone for 30 minutes.
Let's say she was gone for 2 hours.
It was 2 hours.
Great. Good guess.
Thanks.
Let's say it was gone for 2 hours, so you were drinking for 2 hours and not just a half hour.
We started
at the pool.
Okay. And you threw him out.
Yes.
And the two of you left as well. One of you took the boyfriend home with them.
That's me.
That would be you. And when you brought the boyfriend home with you, according to you, he was upset and you wanted to console him.
Yeah.
Well, you consoled him. I bet. He's now your husband.
Yes.
And then on September 25th, Miss Flores was at a local bar.
The bar that Priscilla and I go to.
I don't want you to shout out anymore. Do you understand?
That's fine.
It doesn't help you.
That's fine.
She was at a local bar. And after she arrived, you two arrived. Is that correct?
Yes.
Had you ever been to that bar before?
This is the first time.
Why did you pick that bar?
Because it was far from my city, about 20-minute drive. I figured somewhere a little farther so I won't bump into the girls, and I ended up bumping right into them.
So what you're saying is you did not know that this was a place where they frequented?
Yes.
Okay. Who takes care of all your little children when you're out bar hopping?
At this very...
Oh, sorry. I'm just asking a question. That's a name. Who takes care of all your children when you're out bar hopping at night?
I have a co-parent, so at that time it was my co-parent that was taking care of my children.
And what about you?
My family.
Which family?
My siblings, my older siblings.
Live at home with my dad, so he's home with them.
Anyway, after you were there for a while, the two of them came in, and according to you, you decided to leave, that there was some bad air in the air, and you decided it wouldn't be a good idea. You went to leave, and according to you, they followed you outside.
Yes.
Your car was parked there?
Right in front.
Okay. So now I've set the stage. Now you tell me what happened when you left the bar.
I didn't really want to continue staying there after seeing the girls. I felt uneasy. Before I left, I noticed the girls were getting rowdy. The security then asked them to leave. The girls I did see in the corner of my eye walking across the street as security was yelling at them, leave or whatever they were talking about.
So were they outside or were
they were already going outside?
They were
being
outside?
pushed outside, yeah.
By security?
Correct, yes.
Okay, and you're still inside?
Yes.
Shh. Just for my own curiosity, why didn't you stay in the bar when they were pushed out? Why did you leave?
I just felt uncomfortable. I couldn't.
Well, they weren't. You understand my question?
Yes.
The threat was gone. They were now outside the bar. Why don't you stay in the bar?
I wanted to leave. Only the reason being is because it was getting closer for me to pick up my children. I felt it was best for just me to leave, and I was really not having fun.
What time was this?
This was it was getting close to midnight, so probably about 11:30ish.
Okay, so now it's midnight. And how old are your children?
My daughter's 10 and my son is 5.
And they were with whom?
The co-parent, my ex-husband.
And you were going to pick them up at midnight?
No, I would make sure I picked them up in the morning, but I wanted to go home, rest, and so forth.
So you weren't going to pick your children up?
Not right away, no.
Okay, so there was no urgency for you to leave at that moment?
Yes.
Just setting the stage for where we're at. So now you're outside and you go outside and your car is parked right in front.
Yes.
Keep going.
I went outside to leave. I opened the driver door. As soon as I opened the driver door, Priscilla Ortiz jumps right in front of me in the vehicle.
That would be you.
Yep.
Not yep.
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
Better.
Sorry.
I was confused. I said, "What are you doing?" She goes, "You're not leaving. You're not going anywhere." As soon as that was said, I see in the corner of my eye was Jessica, and I felt other people around me. I then felt people pushing me and tugging me, and there is ongoing traffic right there. I was very scared. And then I had on my purse, it's a cell phone, my debit card, and so forth, and I have a key little weapon for self-defense that I do carry with me. That little weapon I had, and I told Priscilla, "Stay away from me." And I had it right in her front. I go, "Stay away from me." She lunged after me, and I did stab her with it. Then,
how many times?
From my understanding, twice at least. I don't think it was any more than that.
She didn't have a weapon.
No, she did not. But I had prior restraining order before that. She has been taunting me before that.
I don't care. She didn't have a weapon.
You're right.
And you stabbed her.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, you stabbed both of them.
Yes.
Okay, so now you stabbed Priscilla at least twice.
Correct.
Where had you stabbed her?
I believe on the back.
So she was still active. Doing what?
Yelling at me.
Yelling at you?
Yes.
Okay, and what did you do when she was yelling at you?
I backed up and I told him, "Let me leave, get out of my way, I wanted to leave." As I opened the driver door, Priscilla came right between me and the car.
And? Just and?
Then she started yelling at me, saying, "You're not going anywhere."
Yes, and?
So then I backed away because other people were pulling me back. Then Jessica came and lunged at me, and that's when I lunged at her, and I did hurt her. And then I was trying to leave the situation. The girls were in front of me, and I squeezed through and jumped into my vehicle because the door was already open. After I seen Jessica.
Well, you stabbed only one. When did you stab the second one?
When I was being pulled, I stabbed, but I didn't know it was Jessica at the time. But I did stab somebody as I was being pulled back.
You stabbed her in the neck?
Yes.
Danielle Flores claims her former friends, Priscilla Ortiz and Jessica Aguirre, owe for car damages and emotional distress. Priscilla and Jessica are countersuing for injuries received when Danielle stabbed them.
Then you get into your car.
Correct.
And?
I got into the car. I drove. Before I drove off, the car was going back and forth. I looked in the back window. I noticed that someone was breaking my windshield wiper, breaking the front of my windshield wiper.
Who was that?
It was Jessica's cousin or niece. She was there. She was breaking the windshield wipers and so forth.
And then?
I drove off. I drove 2 streets away and I called the police on myself.
So what are you suing them for? Somebody else damaged your car.
I have recordings of Jessica opening my driver door and kicking the steering wheel.
Okay, I would like to hear that recording.
Okay.
Sí,
I just want to know where her
I didn't see anybody kicking your steering wheel.
Kicking the inside of my car. If you
I
notice,
didn't see anybody kicking inside of your car. You want to play that again?
Yes.
Maybe I missed it.
it's right here. You see Jessica, she's moving a lot. She's actually kicking the inside of my vehicle.
Okay. And then she gets out.
Correct.
Okay. And so I want you to show me the damage she did to your steering wheel.
Yes.
Because then you say you drove away. So you clearly drove away and the car was functioning. Let me just get this clear, Miss Flores.
Yes.
By the time she went in and kicked your car,
Yes.
and then she got out of the car and you got in and drove away, you had already stabbed both of them with a weapon, which neither one of them had, when one of them tried to prevent you from leaving by kicking your steering wheel. Am I getting this right?
Yes, you are, Your Honor.
That's funny. So let me understand this. You had a confrontation with two unarmed people. You stabbed them both. You suffered no physical injury. They're going to show me, because I had seen photographs in gear of their injuries. One required 13 stitches, one required several staples as a result of
I
being...
got 30 stitches.
And you think that was okay?
I was self-defending myself. I have previous events of them constantly harassing me, Your Honor.
I don't care.
I have restraining orders against them. They kept harassing me.
Listen to me. You can't use a deadly weapon against somebody because you feel as if you're being harassed. But the first thing that was clear is if they had been harassing you and they were told by security in the bar to leave for whatever reason, because nothing happened in the bar because you felt uncomfortable. You just felt uncomfortable that they were there. So maybe they were rowdy, who knows? But then they were escorted out of the bar. And instead of you letting this situation sort of resolve and staying for a half hour until they left, you decided to leave at the exact same time as they were escorted out, or moments thereafter, because you wanted to get home and take a nap before you had to go pick up your children early in the morning. Am I getting that right?
You are, yes.
Yeah. Get out of here. You have a counterclaim.
Yes.
Yes.
And your counterclaim is for being stabbed.
Yes, Your Honor.
I would just like to know, there was a trial on this?
Yes.
Against her?
Against her.
Was it a jury trial?
Well, we weren't really involved in anything for it. We got like phone calls, but they pretty much told us like, you don't need to go to court because there's nothing to do other than we already have your statements.
Did you have a lawyer? Because you were arrested for assault. You had to be arrested for assault.
Yes.
This was serious physical injury.
I did.
One of them was in the neck, but for the grace of God, it could have hit an artery, it could have been dead. What happened with that case when you were arrested?
It got dismissed.
I want to see a certificate of disposition. I want to see what happened.
This is where it's dismissed. Those were the ones that were for dismissal.
I have to know more about this.
I have the police report of that.
No, I don't want the police report. I want to know what happened in court that caused it to be. Was it dismissed? Did you take a plea and do community service?
No.
Well, what happened?
They dropped it because I had a restraining order and previous events with Jessica and Priscilla.
Where does it say that here?
When we were at court, they didn't show up multiple times. I didn't get my release until November. I was out on OR until November 22nd.
Okay. I asked you to show me a picture just for closure.
For the vehicle.
Kevin, would you just show me pictures of the steering wheel that she wants to show me?
Yes, they're all in there.
Just steering wheel. Now, who wants to tell me what happened?
Your Honor, we were not escorted out of the bar. The night everything happened on September 25th. So we were just in the front of the bar. We were not escorted out.
Did anybody ask you to leave?
No, nobody asked us to leave.
How come you decided to leave? You had just gotten there.
We didn't leave at all.
You didn't leave?
No, nobody asked us to leave. We didn't feel any type of way of being
Fine.
there.
So now you're at the bar, and
And so we had gotten our drinks, and we were already there for a while until we noticed that Miss Flores was there. And so once we noticed that she was there, we still, we're just
stayed.
like,
Come, faster.
And then so we stayed, and towards the end of the night, which was already past 1:30, almost 2 is closing time. So we were still right there, and we were right there by the front of the bar. When Miss Flores had walked past me, she had mumbled something, then I had asked her what she mumbled. Somehow we were going around her car, and
no, just so you're at the bar. How do you get around her car when you're in the bar?
Like she mentioned, she was parked in the front.
So she was leaving. Follow me carefully.
Danielle Flores is accusing her former friends, Priscilla Ortiz and Jessica Aguirre, of damaging her car and creating a false arrest. Priscilla and Jessica are countersuing, claiming Danielle stabbed them multiple times.
She was leaving.
She was leaving.
Passing you in the bar.
Yes, correct.
And she was leaving. Then she said something to you, mumbled something under her breath.
Yes.
You said, what did you say to me? Blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
She's still leaving. She goes outside.
Yes.
Did you follow her outside?
No.
Yes.
Did you? I don't want to hear you. Did you go out after her?
We were already in the front.
I don't understand what you mean in the front.
Well, because the front of the bar has an inside and outside. And the front has where you can, kind of hang around. So that's where we were. But we were not escorted out. We were not.
I didn't ask you whether you were escorted out. I'm trying to get a timeline. Right now, she passed
she said
you.
we were escorted out and we weren't.
Did you understand what I just said to you? I'm past that.
Yes.
Right now, all I'm dealing with, how much of this whole mess and getting stabbed was instigated by the two of you. That's what I'm trying to figure out. How much of it was your responsibility of getting involved with her, because it doesn't look like the kind of person who would just take out a knife and stab you. So now we're outside, and I want to find out how you got outside. She was going outside. Did you follow her to her
No, Your
car?
Honor.
How did you get to her car?
We were already outside.
You don't answer my question, I'm going to dismiss your case. Do you understand that?
Yes.
That's easy for me. If something doesn't make sense, it's not true. You said you were at the bar. Yes. She passed you. You were sitting at the front, clearly towards the entrance, because you said it was half inside, half outside.
Yes.
So she was passing you on her way out. She mumbled something to you as you were at the bar.
Yes.
You said, what did you mumble? She's going out to her car.
Mm-hmm.
How did the two of you get to her car?
By
From
walking.
the bar.
By walking.
Right after her.
Yes.
No, don't speak.
You're right.
Right after her.
Mm-hmm.
So that you followed her out of the bar.
Yes.
Why?
Because she mumbled something and I wanted to confront what she mumbled, and previously we're already having altercations.
Well, then that would make you very stupid.
Okay.
That would make you very stupid to follow her out after you had had many altercations. You had been in the bar for a while. Everybody's drinking. You followed her outside. She was leaving. What about you?
We were still inside. Priscilla goes and follows to where she's going with the guys that she was with, and then he starts to kind of like go towards Priscilla to grab her.
Who sort of goes to Priscilla?
The man that Miss Flores was with.
Who was following her out of the bar?
Yes.
So he goes to prevent her from following her out of the bar.
At that point,
that would be a yes.
Well, because they're both arguing with each other.
That's okay.
Yeah.
She was following her out of the bar.
Yeah, but she was just sitting there yelling at her. They're both yelling at each other. And then
they wouldn't have been yelling at each other if she hadn't have followed her out of the bar.
Right.
Of course I'm right.
So
now they're yelling at each other.
They're yelling at each other, and to me, there's no reason for him to put his hands on her. So when her cousin and I saw that, we went up to confront him. We're like, hey, you need to leave her alone because they've had altercations in the past. So we were like, hey, you need to leave her alone, stay out of it. And then everyone starts arguing. Them two are arguing. We're arguing with the guy. And then everything gets moved over to her car. And then that's when everyone's yelling at each other. And then out of nowhere, she strikes me. And then there's so much going on. I looked down and I felt wet. And I just touched myself. My hands covered in blood. My outfit, as you could see in the video, was covered in blood. I hadn't touched her. We were arguing, but I have the police report here where she states that she did not have any injuries. And then her...
Just a second. She didn't have any injuries, and there was no cause for her to stab either one of you, based upon what I saw, based upon what she told me. There was a lot of verbal screaming back and forth, but there was nothing that I heard or saw that suggested that in self-defense, she took out a knife and stabbed the both of you. Absolutely nothing. So, Ms. Flores, your case is dismissed, where you're asking for damages to the steering wheel. And on the counterclaim, I'm awarding the defendants $10,000 as they request. I have no idea why they dropped this case. Either your lawyer knew somebody or the judge was taking a nap. But there is absolutely no basis to use a deadly weapon.
I was self-defending myself. I have restrainers. She keeps calling me, even to this day.
Listen to me.
Your Honor.
Listen to me.
Your Honor, please.
I don't care if you have restraining orders, madam. Don't you understand? You cannot use a deadly weapon when somebody is yelling at you. People that you know, people that you have a history with. You can't use a deadly weapon. And nothing in the story that you told me gave you reason to pick up a knife and use a deadly weapon. The history that you may have with them is an entirely different thing.
Please, let me please explain what happened previously to these events and the ongoing harassment that Priscilla still taunts me.
Listen to me. If she taunts you, file a violation of the protective order.
Okay.
That's what you do. You don't stab them.
I had it for self-defense because I was so scared of them.
That's my judgment. Your case is dismissed. $10,000 on the counterclaim. We're done.
This court is adjourned.
I do feel scared to this day of how she torments me as well as her family members.
We were all friends, and then she's just not a good person that we wanted to be associated with.
But Jessica, the fact that she did follow me outside the vehicle, I know a weapon was not a choice to have, but it was something that I felt unsafe with because of the constant of them harassing me prior to this event.
I just looked down and I was covered in blood, and I just started freaking out.
Definitely no more seeing each other. I hope with the relocation within the apartments, it will be a better peaceful environment for me and Priscilla, and definitely go from there.
Justice was served because she didn't deserve to take advantage of us again.
I don't think I would have granted the defendants all of the money that they were seeking in their countersuit, because in her story, when she was laying it out to you, she admitted that she knew that there was a restraining order against her held by the plaintiff.
You mean the defendant?
The defendant. So the second that they entered that bar and then realized that the plaintiff was there, they're under a legal obligation to leave, and you did not leave. So therefore, I think that obviously no one deserves to be stabbed. You cannot just stab people. That is not something you can do. But
they were under an obligation.
They were under a legal obligation to leave. Not to say they should not have been compensated for being stabbed under the circumstances.
She had no basis, except that she said she had prior harassment.
There is a proper course of recourse for when someone violates a restraining order, none of which includes
stabbing them in the neck.
Maria Gonzalez and her son, Noe Ramirez, are suing Maria's daughter's ex-fiancé, Michael Cortez, for wedding costs and vandalism to Noe's car.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Case 3108, Gonzalez Ramirez versus Cortez.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're Miss Gonzalez?
Yes, I am.
This is your son?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's your daughter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your daughter and Mr. Cortez were engaged to be married?
That's correct.
How old is your daughter?
She's 28.
And you, sir?
27.
How did you meet?
We had met on a dating app back in October 2020.
Okay. And when did you become engaged?
It was sometime in 2022. It might have been around April.
Did you give her a ring?
I did.
Your Honor, they were engaged in September 2022.
Does it sound better?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, this is what the case is about. Ms. Gonzalez, it is your claim that wedding plans started to be made, you were paying for the wedding, and he broke off the wedding and broke off the marriage, future marriage, and you believe he is responsible for the non-refundable deposits that you put down on venue and maybe music, flowers, I don't know what. And that's part of your claim. You, sir, are her son, her brother, and it is your claim that Mr. Cortez vandalized your car.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Cortez denies that he vandalized your car. So I will hear your proof with regard to that. Mr. Cortez says that there is some property. Your harassment allegations don't reach the level of harassment, sir, but you claim that they have certain property that belongs to you.
Yes, and I do have a text message from Kristen Ramirez stating to one of my friends that she has my property and has refused to give it.
Oh, so that will make my job much easier when I get to your counterclaim. Okay, so Ms. Gonzalez, you started to plan a wedding.
What happened was they came in and they spoke to Kristen's father and myself. They announced their engagement. And so we congratulated them. We said we would pay for the majority of the cost, but that we did have some things that we wanted them to pay for.
That's okay.
So at the time, I wasn't too familiar with Michael. And so just as precaution, I did ask him if he would be okay if he broke off the engagement, that he would reimburse for the venue, because the venue is something that is not always reimbursed.
Did you ever have that discussion with her?
No.
I can't tell you how many weddings that I've made, Miss Gonzalez. Children, grandchildren, made and paid for. I have never had that discussion with any of the future spouses. If you break it off, you have to reimburse me for down payments.
It was
I never.
Just the way that he was acting, it made me feel like I needed that reinsurance.
I don't believe you, actually, at all. Because if I, as a mother, you have two children?
Yes, I do.
I feel you have two children. If I had certain reluctance about either the character or the commitment that one of my children's future mates have, it wouldn't be about returning my money. I would sit down with my daughter and say, I'm not getting a great feeling about this guy. I have a feeling he's going to slip. And if I had a feeling I was going to slip, and if you wanted to extract that promise to him, should have put it in writing. Right. Because it doesn't make sense to me, based upon my own personal experience, that's not the way a new marriage starts with, by the way, if it doesn't work out, you're going to pay me back for this, right?
Right. Well, my means are limited, so.
So are his.
Yeah. And so what we did was we had an agreement. We asked.
Just a second, show me.
Show me.
Just show me. Well, I'm telling you, I don't buy it, but I'm going to listen to him.
Okay.
And I'm going to listen to any proof that you have. Okay. See any proof that you have where he committed to paying for the wedding in the event that he broke up the engagement.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay? She just told me that you said to her at some point, I will pay for your non-refundable stuff if something happens. Tell me your version of it.
So what she said is not true. What happened was on the night of October 1st, I had gone to her house to speak with Kristen, my girlfriend at the time. I wanted to talk to her about a prenup. My witness here.
Just a second. You wanted to talk to her about a prenup. Why?
Earlier in the year, Kristen made demands towards me saying she wanted to buy a house, but she only had $200 in her savings account and I had $40,000. So she was expecting me to make the down payment. And at the time I had savings, I had 2 cars, I have a master's degree. She was kind of expecting me to provide for her. And at the time I did not feel that was fair.
You mean that you were going to use your cash to buy a house?
Yes.
That was going to be in both your names?
Yes.
And you wanted a prenup so that you would get whatever you put into the house out of it. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, because at the time she was pretty much telling me where we had to buy the house. It had to be within a certain...
Just a second. Would you sit down a minute and let your sister stand up?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're Kristen.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Kristen, I want you to tell me about this house business. You had no money.
I don't have savings, but I had a job.
But you don't have money. You don't have savings. He had savings. You were living with your parents. You discussed with him buying a house?
We did in the future. It wasn't about buying a house. We had to have some form of living situation when we get married. That was the expectation. And that's what my mom discussed with him too, was that it wasn't him needing to buy a house then and there and in a certain area. We just needed to be able to live somewhere because we're getting married. How are we going to live in like our...
Well, you work, you just told me, and he works. So you find an apartment and you each contribute to the rent and the expenses.
Yeah.
Is that what was the intention?
Yeah, and we're both on the lease agreement and I did pay half. Or I paid as much as I could.
Did you live together?
We lived together, and then my brother also offered
Your
to
Honor.
be on to kind of help with costs too. So it was
Kind of help with cost. You mean he lived there?
He also took up the spare bedroom.
Well, that would be a yes. He lived there.
Yeah.
So I have a copy of the lease. It's myself, Maria Gonzalez, and Kristen Ramirez. At the time.
Okay, so you're on the lease.
Yes, I co-signed for him because he was hesitant in getting and securing a housing. We had less than 2 months, Your Honor, for the wedding, and I was very truthful with him, and I told him, you cannot live in our house. You need to secure housing. That was our agreement in the beginning, that you would be responsible for housing. I never said anything about buying a house or anything. It's just
you got a butt out of your children's business. You have a 28-year-old daughter. What are you giving him instructions for?
Because, Your Honor, he wasn't doing anything. He had a room.
Well, that's up to her.
Right.
That's not up to you. I mean, your daughter's almost 30. Why is that up to you when she's got a fiance? She's got to figure out what she's going to do with him. What did you have to do with that?
When we were discussing the wedding, we did say these were the expectations. You were to have a place for them to stay. It didn't matter where they were going to stay. I never said anything about you have to buy a house or you need to get an apartment or anything. It's just a stable
What
place.
other expectations did you indicate to him that you were expecting?
That he pay for the wedding license and that he pay for his clothing. That's the only thing that we asked.
You mean for the license and for his clothing for the wedding?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Maria Gonzalez and her son, Noe Ramirez, claim Maria's daughter's ex-fiance, Michael Cortez, owes for wedding costs. Michael is countersuing for the return of property and personal threats.
Okay, you were telling me a story, and let's get to it rather quickly, because what day is it today? Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Something about sushi for lunch on Wednesday. So you went to the house to discuss a prenup.
Yes.
And what happened?
Originally, at the time, me and Kristen agreed that we wanted to do a prenup, and this was something that she discussed between myself and my dad a year ago. At the time, Kristen was the one who wanted the prenup.
Because she was going to inherit a house.
Yes.
What house were you going to inherit?
I just want to correct that I did not discuss a prenup with his father when we discussed the
No, you discussed it just the two of you.
It was between us and my therapist.
There was a breakup, Your Honor, in February, and it was between them.
Okay, we're going to forget about these wedding costs. Right. I could see the handwriting on the wall a long time ago. You should have too.
Your
Would
Honor,
you tell me to forget it? Not happening.
I do have messages that he was offering his Mercedes for payment reimbursement for the wedding.
Okay.
I do have.
I'll take a look at that. Would you mind telling me what happened when you went to the house to talk about the prenup? That's what you were in the middle of.
Yes. So we had discussed about wanting to do a prenup, and we agreed. And then about 20 minutes later, the mom came in to the apartment, started blowing up on me, saying, how dare I make her daughter work? How dare I make her daughter pay rent? How dare I force her to sign a prenup?
Okay. Kristen, you remember that discussion?
It was not.
Do you remember the discussion?
Yes.
All right. Just answer my question. These very easy.
Okay.
Things are common sense. You were having a discussion with him about a prenup. Originally, you wanted a prenup because of an inheritance that you anticipated. What inheritance did you anticipate?
I anticipated my father giving me a house.
And is that what started the prenup discussion?
No.
Did you ever discuss that with him?
No, not till that night.
I'm talking about that night. Do you remember that discussion?
Yes.
Did your mother come in during the course of that discussion at any time?
We went to his apartment, to our shared apartment.
Who went?
He came in. Me and my mother. He had left our house to the apartment.
So he went to the apartment, and you and your mother went to the apartment. And do you recall what your mother was indicating to Mr. Cortez as regard to the expectations she had, or the two of you had, with regard to what he was going to do to take care of you?
Yes.
And what did your mother say?
She sat him down and she said that the way he had been acting up until this time was not acceptable. That it was originally stated that if he was having cold feet, we gave him multiple times if he wanted to postpone the wedding, that he could. And he kept saying, no, I want to keep going with the wedding date.
even after we had broken up, and he wanted to come back. And my mom reiterated to him that he was supposed to pay for the venue if he forfeited the wedding. And she was discussing with him the verbal abuse that she witnessed leading up to this event, because he knows I have really bad anxiety, and that she did not like seeing him use that against me when it came to me driving, when it came to me trying to find a better job, when it came to like trying to provide for the family. I tried my best as much as I could, and that's what she discussed with him on that night. It had nothing to do with all these expectations. It was just I needed help being able to speak for myself, because like I don't know if you can see I'm shaking, like I need help sometimes in order to help myself, and that's what she was here for.
He wasn't buying it. Do you understand? It's too bad. You said you had proof in writing that he somehow, someplace agreed to pay for the deposits that you had. I'd like to see what proof you have of that.
Yes, ma'am.
Just show me.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't show me anything other than that. Just show me that.
Yes, ma'am. Now, the first one is...
Just a second. Who wrote this?
Michael Cortez.
No. He wrote it?
Yes, and he left it in my mailbox.
October 13th, 2020, paid for the down payment for a home for me and Kristen. Both names on it. I would be putting down 40 to 50K. If we have kids, it'll go to them. To compensate for the wedding, I would be willing to financially support Kristen if she needs to focus on herself. Whether it's bills or rent, I would be willing to help. In addition, I would pay for a new wedding. I don't know what that means.
Your Honor, I never wrote that letter.
This?
Correct. I never wrote it or signed any letters.
He placed that in my mailbox.
Kevin, would you go over this? Give him this pen, and I want you to write the following. I don't want to throw away. Okay, that's all. Yeah, he wrote it. Well, this is a very nice letter. I don't know why you would deny writing this letter. This is a very nice thing. He does not say he's going to pay for a wedding.
He said he would pay for another wedding.
No, a new wedding.
On the text messages that he sent.
Just a second. Yes. Now I'm going to read the text message. This is nothing except a very nice letter from him. No, doesn't say here that he's going to pay for a wedding. He wants to make it work out. He would love that so much. I can offer my Mercedes since the front bumper is fixed and valued at $10,000. I would be willing to do couples therapy with Kristen, pay her bills, and do everything I can to make it right, only if this is what Kristen wants. I'll even sign contracts so we are all on the same page, but I understand you don't want me in her life. And if she feels the same way, I want my pictures taken down tonight. So this does not support your argument. If you're not going back to me because of the money, I can give you the Benz. It's worth $10,000. What's that about?
I'm not too sure, Your Honor.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Cortez?
Yes.
These emails suggest to me that you were very much in love with the plaintiff's daughter.
Yes.
And you wanted to make it work.
Yes.
And how did it not work? What happened?
The night of October 1st, when the mom blew up on me, she made all these threats towards me about legal action, physical harassment.
And is that when the wedding was called off?
Yes.
He says that I threatened him. I did not threaten him.
Whether you threatened him or not, you went there with your daughter.
I did.
And at that point, after this discussion, after these emails, which I see, because he clearly felt strongly for your daughter, that's when the wedding was called off.
Yes.
Well, he didn't walk away.
Yes, he did.
I don't think so.
He left that day. That night after our discussion, he took everything out of the apartment and he left, Your Honor.
Okay.
He left a note that said, "I'm sorry," with his wedding ring on the pillow on the bed.
Fine. I would too. Don't get involved if your daughter's getting married, and I wouldn't do it if your son's getting married either. It's none of your business. Stay out of it. Keep your nose out of it. You can sit down now. Stand up. Noe.
Yes.
You were living in the apartment with Mr. Cortez that your mother co-signed for when your sister was supposed to get married and blah, 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 blah. You went to live with him?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you say that something happened to your car. On what date did something happen to your car?
It was the 27th of November.
Of October. November.
If you don't speak, that's your problem. You get too much involved in your adult children's business.
Maria Gonzalez and her son, Noe Ramirez, are accusing Maria's daughter's ex-fiancé, Michael Cortez, of refusing to pay for deposits after their wedding was canceled. Michael is countersuing for the return of property and personal threats.
Okay, November 27th.
Yes, Your Honor.
When had you seen your car prior to seeing it damaged?
That morning. I have pictures right here if you'd like to see them.
I would, but first tell me what the nature of the damage was.
It was you scratched into the trunk of my car and my back right tire was slashed.
And what evidence do you have that the defendant had anything to do with that?
We don't make enemies. Look, we don't have enemies. He's the only person.
Is what you're telling me you have no evidence to support your accusation that he keyed your car?
We do not have video footage, no.
I didn't ask you for video footage. I asked you for any evidence. Somebody saw it. He admitted it.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, well, then you don't have a case. You understand that, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
What did he owe you $1,000 for?
The $1,000 was for the damage to the car.
Did he ever acknowledge that he would give you $1,000?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, then he doesn't owe you anything. Okay, I can deal with that quickly. I have a counterclaim. The counterclaim says that they have property of yours. What property do they have?
Kristen Ramirez had sent a text message to one of my friends claiming that she has my property. I don't know exactly what all she has. She's refused to talk to me.
Just a second.
Yes.
You can sit because your case is dismissed. You actually understand that because you have no proof that he caused any damage to your car. Kristen, stand up, please. Before I take a look at the text that he has, what property, if any, do you have that belongs to him? Is not an answer. Let's go. What property do you have that belongs to him?
I believe he left a birth certificate at my house.
Where is it?
It was in the safe in my room.
So you have his birth certificate. What else?
I'm not too sure what else he left in there. He's the one that put them in the safe.
He says he has a list, which I will look at, that you sent to someone of items of his that you have. And I'm asking you, before I look at the list, what other items of his do you have?
Other than that, I have no idea. I haven't.
Okay, now I'll see the document that you're referring to. She's going to give you back your birth certificate.
Okay, I have it. It's going to be this message.
So far, I don't see what it is.
Right. It's not listed in there. She just acknowledges that she has my stuff. She kept it vague.
She's going to give you back your birth certificate. It's sort of misleading, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now we're going to get back to one other little thing that's gnawing at me before I finish this case. So with regard to your belongings, she's going to return to you within 5 days. Make sure it's sent and doesn't get lost in the mail. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any paper she has that's in your safe, including your birth certificate. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Now, I just want to get to this Mercedes-Benz. What was the Mercedes-Benz that you were offering for, sir? I can turn over the Mercedes-Benz. I want you to tell me something that I can believe.
Your Honor, I'm not too sure. I do have a receipt from the wedding venue that I emailed. They said that even if she were to cancel, they accommodate with rescheduling. So it's not like she's out of all her money.
But she's just got to find another groom.
I mean, she could always throw a birthday party.
No, she can have another groom.
Mm-hmm.
You still haven't given me something that I believe with regard to the Mercedes-Benz. You mentioned it several times.
To be honest, Your Honor, I'm not too sure.
Okay. Well, you know, I usually don't like to split the baby in half, but it seems to me as if that there is some evidence that you agreed to participate in the event that something happened with the venue. And I don't necessarily think that you are 100% responsible for the breakup of this relationship. I think there was a lot of problems and interference on both sides. How much was the venue, the non-refundable venue cost?
$7,050.
Okay. Mr. Cortez,
yes.
While it's usually not my practice to leave anybody happy that comes into my courtroom, I like when everybody is miserable when they leave.
Yes, Your Honor.
But she had $7,000 worth of expenses as a result of this wedding. And I actually think that it's fair that you each pay half of that. So I'm issuing an order for $3,500 for the plaintiff. She's going to return all of your papers and documents that she has. This case is now over.
This court is adjourned.
The mom made all these threats and harassments towards me And that's exactly why I left the wedding.
He's not man enough to be my daughter's husband.
This is a woman that I was going to spend the rest of my life with, and she let her mom ruin the relationship.
I feel that God gave us a blessing in removing this piece of trash out of our lives.
I want to move on with my life, so as long as I can get out of my hair, I'd be happy with that.
There is someone better than for my daughter out there.
Tell you, that was very sad. Not legally sad. It was a socially sad case because I think he really legitimately cared for her. I mean, the letter that he wrote, and he clearly wrote it. I don't know why he would deny that he wrote it.
Did a little forensic testing out there of your own.
Yeah, you're right, a little forensic testing. I know that's particularly kosher, but it looked right. But it was a really kind letter.
Yeah.
He did, in fact, talk about the Mercedes. This was before he left. He said, I don't want there to be this fighting back and forth because evidently it was clear that this was not the first breakup that they had. And it was very sad. And she, I think, actually cared for him a great deal.
Yeah.
Mama.
Too many hands.
Mama got in the way. She was trying to be very protective of her daughter, who clearly has an issue or two. But she was clearly trying to be protective and...
went a little overboard.
Listen, if I were a young guy, and he's actually a year younger, I think than his...
अस्सलाम वालेकुम। आज हम जानेंगे कि पोटाशियम पॉलीसल्फाइड किस तरह धान की फसल में ज़्यादा पैदावार और बेहतर क्वालिटी हासिल करने में अहम किरदार अदा करता है। ये जड़ों की बेहतर नशोनुमा, ज़्यादा ग़िज़ाई अज्जा के हसूल और पानी के मौसर इस्तेमाल में अहम किरदार अदा करता है, जिसके नतीजे में फसल ज़्यादा मजबूत और सेहतमंद बनती है। पोटाशियम पॉलीसल्फाइड क्लोरोफुल की तैयारी, फोटोसिंथेसिस की कारकर्दगी और ग़िज़ाई अज्जा की मुंतकली को बेहतर बनाकर फसल की मजमूई नशोनुमा में इजाफ़ा करता है। पोटाशियम पॉलीसल्फाइड क्लोरोफुल की तैयारी, फोटोसिंथेसिस की कारकर्दगी और ग़िज़ाई अज्जा की मुंतकली को बेहतर बनाकर फसल की मजमूई नशोनुमा में इजाफ़ा करता है। मुतवाज़िन ग़िज़ाइयत के बायस धान के पौधों में ज़्यादा प्रोडक्टिव टिलर्स बनते हैं, जो मुस्तक़बिल में ज़्यादा खुशें और ज़्यादा पैदावार की बुनियाद फराहम करते हैं। Let's now learn how potassium polysulfide plays an important role. It provides resistance to diseases and the ability to withstand climatic stress. पोटाशियम पॉलीसल्फाइड में मौजूद सल्फ़र पौधों के कुदरती दिफाई निज़ाम को मजबूत बनाता है, जिसके नतीजे में धान की फसल बीमारियों के ख़िलाफ़ बेहतर मज़ाज़मत हासिल करती है। ज़्यादा दर्जे हरारत के दौरान पोटाशियम पानी के मौसर इस्तेमाल और पौधे के अंदर ग़िज़ाई तवाज़ुन को बरकरार रखकर फसल को हीट स्ट्रेस के मुज़िर असरात से महफूज रखने में मदद देता है। बेहतर ग़िज़ाई तवाज़ुन के बायस पौधे में बनने वाली तवानाई मौसर अंदाज में दानों तक मुंतकिल होती, जिसके नतीजे में बेहतर ग्रीन फिलिंग और आला क्वालिटी के दाने हासिल होते हैं। प्रोडक्टिव टिलर्स, बेहतर ग्रीन फिलिंग और मौसर ग़िज़ाई इस्तेमाल की बदौलत धान की फसल अपनी ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा पैदावारी सलाहियत हासिल करने के काबिल हो जाती है। पोटाशियम पॉलीसल्फाइड जड़ों की बेहतर नशोनुमा, पानी के मौसर इस्तेमाल और खलियाती तवाज़ुन को बरकरार रखकर धान की फसल को खुश्क साली के दौरान भी सेहतमंद और पैदावारी बनाए रखता है। पोटाशियम पॉलीसल्फाइड दीगर ग़िज़ाई अज्जा के साथ मिलकर धान की फसल में ग़िज़ाई तवाज़ुन को बेहतर बनाता है, जिसके नतीजे में ज़्यादा पैदावार और बेहतर क्वालिटी हासिल होती है। पोटाशियम पॉलीसल्फाइड नाइट्रोजन के मौसर इस्तेमाल को बेहतर बनाता है। ये क्लोरोफुल की तैयारी, प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस और प्रोडक्टिव टिलर्स में इजाफ़ा करता है। ज़्यादा पैदावार, बेहतर ग्रीन क्वालिटी और ग़िज़ाई अज्जा के मौसर इस्तेमाल के बायस किसान कम लागत में ज़्यादा मुनाफा और पायदार ज़रई पैदावार हासिल करने के काबिल हो जाता है। सेहतमंद ग़िज़ाइयत, मजबूत पौधे, ज़्यादा पैदावार और खुशहाल किसान ही पायदार ज़राअत की बुनियाद हैं। पोटाशियम पॉलीसल्फाइड इस ख्वाब को हकीकत में बदलने की सलाहियत रखता है। फास्फोरस और पोटाशियम पॉलीसल्फाइड का मुतवाज़न इस्तेमाल जड़ों की बेहतर नशोनुमा, तवानाई की पैदावार और बेहतर ग्रीन फॉर्मेशन के ज़रिए ज़्यादा पैदावार हासिल करने में अहम किरदार अदा करता है। जिंक, पोटाशियम और सल्फर का मुतवाज़न इम्तजाज पौधों में एंजाइम्स की सरगर्मी, फोटोसिंथेसिस और ग़िज़ाई अज्जा के मौसर इस्तेमाल को बेहतर बनाकर फसल की मजमूई सेहत को बेहतर बनाता है। आखिर में हम ये नतीजा अख्ज़ करते हैं कि मुतवाज़िन ग़िज़ाइयत और पोटाशियम पॉलीसल्फाइड का साइंसी इस्तेमाल की जमाल बनाता है اور اپنی سانوں کو مزید ذخیرہ الخیرہ۔ الحمدللہ پوٹاشیم پولی سلفائڈ دھان کی فصل میں غذائی توازن، بہتر فزیولوجی اور زیادہ پیداوار کے حصول کے لیے ایک مؤثر اور سائنسی حل فراہم کرتا ہے۔ امید ہے آپ کو یہ سیمینار پسند آیا ہوگا۔ تمام کسان بھائیوں کا بہت بہت شکریہ جو اپنا قیمتی وقت نکال کر تشریف لائیں۔ آخر میں عشر کی یاد دہانی، اپنی فصلوں کا پورا اشر نکالا کریں۔ شکریہ۔